All right, everyone. So this is what my third stream of today, fourth of the weekend, maybe. No, third. I don't know. Whatever it is. Welcome back. You should know me by now. I am the Fridge Gamer, La Fridge Gamer. Today we are going to be commentating with Just Des for H&N. Week 5, they are driving at Coda, so this should be a really fun and action-packed race. I do hope so. So, we're setting up interviews, and as soon as those are good to go, I will be back, and we'll have some interviews with some of the drivers. So just sit tight. I will be here back shortly.
Evening, everyone.
Ooh, our previous race winner, Ardent Prentice. How's it going?
Good. I'm glad I'm back again this weekend. As I said last time, that's kind of my goal is just be
Yeah,
active, be available, and jump in, and then
for
hopefully
sure.
put my name out there, and then we'll see how it goes. Maybe I can get signed by someone, by one of the
Yeah,
teams.
so still no full-time seat for you then.
No, not yet. But I mean, it was only one round. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm patient. It's all good, and it looks like I'm able
Uh-huh.
to at least get still race as a reserve for now,
Uh-huh.
so I'm happy to do that, and then we'll see. Maybe after tonight if things go well.
Right. Yeah, so I believe iRacing Noob has retired from the league. Are you looking to take his seat then, possibly? I believe,
Ooh,
was he in the Haas or VCAR?
Nova,
Yeah,
Nova. That'd be
Haas or
interesting.
Nova.
I
That'd
mean,
be
hey, if
interesting between your guys' pace.
yeah, we both had a really good race. I expect him to be up there again this weekend. So if that's the case, maybe I'll reach out to him after this weekend and maybe,
Yeah,
who knows? We'll see.
maybe possibly. Yeah, definitely some driver switch ups going on there. So how do you feel going into Coda then?
I feel decent. I mean, as I mentioned last week, in Canada was my arguably my best track, at least in terms of my time trial times. Um, but it's still a decent track. Definitely more difficult than the Canada track. There's lots of different lines you could take through certain sections and kind of sacrifice one corner or another corner to then get a better exit, that sort of stuff. And I feel like this is one of those tracks where I feel like having the racing line on and some of the assists on might actually be beneficial than not having it on. So it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a good mix. I think just like last weekend, I think track limits is definitely going to be an issue, and I think lots of people are going to get penalties. So my biggest goal is just to keep it clean, not try to get any stupid penalties, and then hopefully I'll be there or thereabouts at the front at the end.
So how do you feel on your setup? Yo, we have iRacing in the chat as well. The previous race winner from last night in a different league that has a lot of these guys also raced around Coda. A little disappointed he's not here to double down on his wins, but how do you feel around his or on your setup? My bad, misspoke there. Your setup, how do you feel?
The setup I feel good. I think I got a decent setup going. I've been practicing the last few days and I found a decent setup that I feel pretty confident with. So yeah, I think I'm as ready as I will be. I feel confident. But again, the
That's good to
competition
hear.
is close. There's lots of
Yep.
fast guys, lots of good guys. I know Gibby's missing tonight. I'm taking his seat tonight, but Noah's still gonna be there. Jesus is still gonna be there. Um, some of the other guys have said that it's their favorite tracks and they're pretty good at that. So I expect the competition to be close.
So where do you predict yourself as a positive result? Positive result where you feeling out?
I think top five, top five. I'd be happy, or at least on the podium. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, top. As long as I'm there thereabouts, and again, as long as I can keep things clean and have a good race, I'll be happy with that.
It's good to hear. Fridge, closing comments or concerns for our friend here.
No, just want to congratulate you for what was an amazing debut race last week. I mean, it was impressive. It was impressive.
For note
Thank
as well, Art Apprentice, you are currently P6 in the driver standings with one race under your belt. Have you any thoughts on any championship positions?
Well, I mean, it was only one race, but then again, Gibby's gone tonight, right? The leader.
Yep.
So if things go well, I could maybe jump another couple positions and maybe then there's a championship to be had. But again, it's a long season. I'm sure there's other times when I might miss a race or someone else might miss a race. So, but yeah, it's interesting. We might have a pretty good season on our hands, I hope.
I think we do for sure. Thank you for taking the time, Art Apprentice, and good luck out there.
Thank you. Good night, guys.
Night. Good hearing a bit of optimism from him. Still without a seat. I am confirming now, real quick. Yes, Lyrical did already jump on the Haas position, so unfortunate to lead him on with that possible Haas full-time seat, but Lyrical had already taken it there.
Mm.
Fortunate to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see him getting signed soon. There's no way any of the teams don't look at that, especially if he puts in a good performance this week. If he puts a good performance in, there's no way there's no one looking at him. I mean, come on.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, looking at Alpine, I'm not sure how up to date our driver standings are that I'm looking at, but it looks like there might be a Sauber and two Alpine spots available, looking at what I am seeing. Not quite sure 100%, but I think there might be.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, as you see in a lot of leagues, there's always gonna be gaps in teams, right? Some people join in, they're like, "Oh, I'll make time," and then they can't, or they just decide on other things. So,
Yep,
I mean, I don't know.
definitely still a position for him, I would say.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I'd love to see his pace every weekend.
It would be nice to see him up against another top pacer as well, see if what kind of team game they would be playing there.
Yeah. See, it's always so weird with these leagues. If you don't know somebody or a lot of people from other leagues, you never know what chemistry can be like if you
Yep.
don't know who it is.
I mean, even still, your teammate is your friend and your rival in league
Yeah.
racing.
Yep.
They're
Especially.
helping
Yep.
you with your setup sometimes, but other times you're just wanting to absolutely demolish them within the race.
Yep. I can't really I have the fortune of my teammate in the one league that I race in officially. He's super cool. I love him. Um yeah, I don't know.
It's good to hear. What kind of pace are you to him then? Are you guys
Uh
pretty equal or?
not quite at the moment, but he
Oof.
really did not spend any time practicing over the holidays, and he was doing pretty well to where maybe on some tracks a second to a
Yep.
second and a half slower, but very consistent on one controller. And then he wanted
Hmm.
to upgrade and have more paddles. Maybe the wheel just wasn't really in his in his budget or whatnot. Or I think he said he just doesn't have enough room actually. But where he has four paddles on the back to open up fingers, right? And he's been really struggling to adapt to that. But I have high hopes for him.
That's good to hear. Just taking a look now at the positions because obviously we saw the official order, but not the order after penalties. So taking a look through, Meski's still the only driver to participate in every race without points. He's hoping to change that tonight for sure. Alpine bottom of the table with the least amount of events under their belt as well. Haas moves into P1 after last week's race over Racing Bulls by 3 points. Haas still yet to get a win to Racing Bulls 3 wins, but is on top of the constructors right now. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I zoned out there for a second. I needed to make sure that I was not leaving my girlfriend on red. That is very important.
No, 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 no. League first, league first.
No, but yeah, really it does look like a two-legged race at the moment.
As well, Gibby stretches the lead over Jesus by 50 points now, so he will sit comfortably tonight, watching from afar, not really too worried. iRacing Noob retiring at 42 points in P3, while drivers are going to look to take that position, including Biggie, Nova, Ardent, and possibly Damn E. They can all get some good point scores. They should easily overtake them within the next couple of races.
Yeah, I mean, you can finish in 10th for some of these, maybe not 10th, but finish not even top 5 and go ahead and jump him. That's if they even
Yep.
keep his place up there, considering he's retired. So,
I feel they should. He has a podium. He has points. I feel it's proper to keep him on there.
yeah, it's a what's it called? A place of contention for many leagues, whether or not to maintain people's points. I think there's no harm in it really. Um, but hey, it's up to the admins for this league, whatever they decide.
Jesus is also asking for an interview, even though we've already offered him one. Let's see if we can get him into the driver interview to get him in. Yeah, I mean, you look at F1 and how they do it. A driver gets replaced by Red Bull every other day of the week, and the driver replaced stays up there. So
Yeah.
I feel it's proper. So we do have Jesus waiting for us. Just my 2 cents on leaving a driver in contention standings. Jesus, you there? He isn't.
Yo,
Yo. Jesus, we were unable to talk to you after the race last week due to some frustration, I believe. What was it? Strategy or pace that threw you off of the podium contention and some good points? Jesus.
my photo was muted. It was a bad call. Bad
I,
call
I s-
and when it should have been the Inters.
okay, yeah. It did look to be that way from our point of view. So you did do some damage control with a P7. Where are you looking tonight? Do you feel confident or not?
I mean, I moved past that. I'm not racing tonight. I'm taking
Oh,
on a
that's
new
right, you're
role.
not. That's right. What's your new role then?
Hopefully helping out my boys get some good points. I'm
So
TPing
are
out for
you
Red Bull.
taking, oh, you're TP for Red Bull now. Interesting, interesting. So what drivers do you have lined up on the grid?
I mean, it was meant to be Gabe, but he's out today. He's got a little issue going on.
Oof,
I have
unfortunate.
Logan though,
Logan,
and we'll
okay.
see how he does.
Are you going to have a reserve as well to take the one dude's place?
Yeah, Logan is the one filling in. Other is Shawarma.
Oh, you have Shawarma lined up. Okay, that's good to hear. I did watch you get a podium around Coda last night, so unfortunate to see you not there tonight. But you will definitely be advising these guys that the safety car strategy will be rough and to keep it consistent. That's what you got. That's what got you on the podium last night. So what are you telling your drivers going into this?
Yeah, just keep their heads calm and look out for any possible changes in the race. As you can see what happened
Definitely.
yesterday, anything can happen.
Yeah, yes, for sure. Um, so are you gonna be directly calling with them, giving them strategy calls then, or what will your role be now to them?
Yeah, just managing their race and helping out the strategy.
That's really good to hear. You don't see that too often. Are you also helping them out with setup before the race?
I won't comment on that.
Okay. I see where we're going with that. That's good to hear though, Jesus. We'll look forward to see where Red Bull ends up with you now managing both the drivers and their strategies. Hopefully it'll be a bit better than the strategy call in Canada.
Oof.
Yeah, we'll try
Fridge,
and get
any
that
comments to him?
result.
No, I mean we had some questions about your fall from grace a little bit early season to where we are now, but since you're not a racer anymore, it's not really relevant. So, I mean, hey, good luck with your new team principal role. Should be a change of pace for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we wish your drivers luck tonight, as neither of them have joined the session yet, I'm seeing. So hopefully we can get them in here pretty soon and start decently on time.
Yeah, if you'd like
Thank
to
you.
interview Logan, you could go ahead and do that too.
Okay, we'll see if time permits. Thank you, Jesus, for that.
I thank you.
So Fridge, turn in advance. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but iRacing Noob has joined the session as a placeholder at Alpine.
What is going on in this league? What are we doing, guys?
iRacing, what are you doing, man? Look, I made an edit for you last night. You're not gonna get another one tonight, okay? Let's just make that clear. The first one was on the house, the second one isn't.
Second one, you'll have to pay with an organ.
Yeah. If you can do it again, I'll do it, but it's gonna be like a Krabby Patty or something.
Dude, I don't know. You say you're not available. You say you're not racing anymore. You gotta stick to your word. You can't be flip flopping around. Come on.
I mean, Jesus was so flustered in this league that he had to retire as a driver and go to the team principal role. iRacing Noob wanting an interview. Uh, Go ahead and join the driver interview room. iRacing, we would definitely like to talk to you on what's going on with your race in this league. Looks like we're having a couple reserves in for Alpine. Disappointing not seeing Ardent Prentice getting a permanent seat, as we have iRacing with us now. iRacing,
Okay.
what's going on?
Yo,
What's going
let,
on?
let me let
A
me let me explain.
retirement to a comeback already. He's pulling a
Let me
very
explain.
fast
Let me
Michael
explain.
Schumacher here.
The thing is, I had absolutely nothing to do today. I was supposed to be
Okay.
doing an endurance event, but that
Oh,
didn't
that's
end very
right.
well, so I left
Oh.
So I left pretty quickly, and I wasn't gonna do this, but at the same time, I realized it was at Coda, and I kind of want to improve at Coda, but I also don't want to qualify, and I want to see how high up I can get. So I want to do a last to first challenge, or a
Okay.
last to question mark.
Yeah, there's not much improvement going from P8 to P12 to P1 from last night, so maybe a P20 to P1 will make you feel just. Why the retirement from the league?
Uh, well, like some small stuff with the owner Dame. Nothing,
Okay.
nothing personal, but I just don't like some decisions he makes. So after this, I don't know if I'm racing again, but if I do, then I'm gonna be doing a lot more last to first challenges until I get at least one. So we'll see.
Yeah, you are P3 in the championship still. You could snag P2 if you had enough reserve positions that you could fill. So that's your target for this league now, is some reserve positions occasionally.
Uh, maybe, probably. We'll see how that goes, I guess.
Bridge, any comments for the last to first challenger?
Well, playing some devil's advocate, anything that follows that's always crazy. But so Do you think there's any potential, there's any fragment of doing a last to first challenge as being maybe a little disrespectful to the rest of the field? I can feel like maybe some people could see it that way, where maybe, you're almost putting out a statement that I am better than you. I don't even want to race in this league. So, do you want to put that to bed, or do you want to further incite that?
I mean, I just don't think they should take it personal. If they do, I'd obviously go and apologize because I want to be respectful about it. But at the same time, I'm not doing it to prove anything to them. I'm doing it for myself and improve as a driver.
All right, fair enough. I hope they get that message.
Yep. All right. Thank you guys.
We'll see you out there. Maybe for the last time.
Yep. Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
All right. Hopefully, I
See ya.
see you
Good luck.
Reddit. See ya.
Uh, 2 Krabby Patties. Well, I don't think that will be the last time that we will see him, if I'm being
No,
honest.
if he's come back already this quickly, there's a little bit of regret from him.
I mean, Haas were P1 in the standings when he left without a
Yep.
win. Like,
Yep.
there's clearly room that consistency kills, and iRacing is just one of those guys where he is incredibly consistent. I mean, he was talking that he was not able to complete the 6 hours of Daytona, which is unfortunate to hear. We don't know as to why he wasn't able to. We're not here for that. But other than that, he's a very consistent driver. Like I said, he was ranked #1 for consistency around Baku and the other league on a full grid. So that's pretty impressive to see from the guy.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, dude, being consistent anywhere is difficult. Consistently fast is difficult. But now consistently
Yes,
at Baku, dude, hey, I mean, you have to respect that.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, especially in league races where it's
Mhm.
just so chaotic, if you can
Mhm.
stick your head down and just not make a mistake and keep your pace, you should be pretty good.
Yep, just
I've been
grind it
the
out.
car on cold tires, he says, in Daytona. That is unfortunate to hear.
Mm.
I've done a few enduros. I did some Miata 3 hour ranked races. They're pretty fun, but they will definitely get to you.
Yeah, I'm not much of a. I'm assuming that's an ACC or iRacing.
iRacing, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I am still very new to the whole sim racing thing, so I'm sticking within my lane and I'm sticking to F1 for the time being.
Just we wait until you get a taste of that hard meth. Right now you're just on that little bud of weed.
Oh,
Now
I
you're about
know.
to get onto the crystal meth.
No, I know. But hey, there's still time for it. I'm not too worried about it.
For sure. See, 16 drivers lined up so far, looking to fill in a spot for a few more. We only have one Red Bull in right now. I believe it's the reserve.
Uh, team principal, you gotta keep your drivers in check, man.
Red Bull also going to have an advantage having Jesus in as a spectator. He's going to be able to look at everyone's tires, tire age, and all that jazz. So Red Bull should have a pretty good strategy calls. We're seeing some drivers ready up, possibly getting into the session a little bit early. Not quite sure if they're ready yet.
I don't know. I will say there's a little bit of some international representation. I remember Deathwing actually. It threw me for a loop when we interviewed him because I did not know he was British. I just never noticed the flag, so that threw me
Yep.
for a loop. That was, ooh.
Yeah. I think if Ardent Prentice were looking at a seat, I would definitely be looking at Alpine or Aston. I don't think we've seen many Aston drivers yet. This is the first time I think that we're seeing Alpines. I think it's a double reserve for them. So surely Ardent Prentice, if they can get a good finish here, should be looking at a full-time seat.
I would hope so. I think Ardent Prentice was in the Aston Martin last race, so I mean, you're
Yeah, I
seeing
think
that
so.
they don't have a full team right now. Do you have two drivers, or is one of them kind of inconsistent at showing up? Again, something to look out for.
Yep.
Waiting on four more, according to our leader.
It'd be a pretty good grid. We're at 17 now. Pretty full grid. I don't know if we'll be able to get them all in here with Jesus spectating.
Yeah,
He might
that'll be
have to
very
leave.
interesting.
Because I do believe we had problems with last night's race because there was like 4 team principals wanting to spectate and they all had to get booted because there wasn't
Interesting.
enough space for the actual drivers. I think
Yeah,
that might only happen when the spectators are in first. I think if the drivers are in first and then the spectator joins, it's
mm-hmm.
fine. But I think spectator first is bad.
Interesting. I don't know. I haven't been doing this long enough to really know the workarounds for these things,
Oh,
but
me neither. Me neither.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, worst comes to worst. I mean, we've got 2 POV streams. You have a decent amount of
Mhm.
information there.
And also, it kind of plays fair into the rest. You can just manage your drivers and what they
Yep.
have going on.
Yep.
Hmm.
So it looks like maybe waiting for 3 more because it's gone from 16 to 17. Oh, hold
Yeah,
on.
it's a
I can
possibility. Yeah.
switch out of the interview room now that I think about it. Let's go straight to in session so I don't have to change it later. Hmm.
Aston Martin also up 4 constructors' positions after apprentices win. Definitely something for Aston to be bragging about if they're looking for a good constructor finish. Not quite sure if they do have a team principal yet. Actually, I can check that real quick. D1 lineup. I don't see a section for team principal only. Might be that Jesus is the first team principal in the league. It's a possibility. So I don't see anywhere lining up the team principals for drivers.
This might be a long wait, you know. I think at some
Yeah.
point you just have to be like, all right, guys, we've given you more than enough time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's unfortunate, but yeah. It seems to be that the person is not getting the invites. I have that problem all the time, and typically I just have someone else in the lobby send me the invite, and it's typically all right.
Yeah, I've had the same experience. I recently, I guess, have figured out that I cannot host a lobby for whatever reason. If
Really?
I start the lobby and invite people, it will not work. It'll send an error every single time. But the
That's
workaround
weird.
is having somebody else make the lobby. I invite me, I join, and then they leave, so I'm host. Boom,
What
problem
the?
solved. It's so
That's
stupid.
weird.
It's so annoying.
I hosted 2 races today for EU drivers, and they were like, "Oh man, we're gonna be lagging so bad," and they were actually saying after the race that it was actually like weirdly unlaggy compared to most EU races, and I have no idea why.
Tell him. America.
For real.
America servers. Come on, guys. You guys are in the dark ages.
Yeah, it looks like we're still waiting on 3 or 4 drivers as one somehow got kicked out of the session. Don't know what happened there.
SMH my
I
head.
did have during the first race, for the first time in a while, we had a brownout because of all the snow and wind. So
Huh.
we actually had to restart that race because I was hosting and I had a brownout.
Oh my god. Oh, I do want to mention actually. So for the D2 race that I commentated earlier today in the morning, I
Mhm.
tested out since it was the inaugural race of our season for the league that I race in. And I was
Yeah.
commentating D2 before the D1 race. I
You
was
weren't in
testing out.
D2?
No, come on now. Hey.
Zing.
But I was testing out path tracing because I do have a 4070 Super just to see if it can maintain around 60 FPS.
Oh,
Um,
they're gonna do a short quality. Damn it. I like full quality.
well, I mean, this is what happens when you don't get people in on time.
It's only 10 minutes.
I can imagine. I know people are going to be complaining. But yeah, so it almost is good enough to run path tracing and average about 60 FPS. But I'll be doing just ray tracing for this stream.
Okay.
And I was a little sad because it looked very pretty with the path tracing on.
Look pretty. That's what matters.
Yeah, I mean we're just commentating, we're just
Hey,
watching.
if you're slow, at least make it look good.
Exactly. Hey, I was commentating, not racing. Oh man, if for those of you watching, just Dez's viewers, my viewers, if you're interested in that, the VOD is up, and I was cooking at one point. It was chaotic. I mean, it was an inaugural race for what was an eight or
Green
is an
light to
ACC.
ready up.
Oh, ready up. All right, we
I
should
mean,
be
we
starting
obviously
soon.
can't.
Yeah, well, we can't. But yeah, you should see that. I was cutting it up after what was an insane start to the race. But yeah, I was slicing and dicing before a miscommunication with my teammate on a straight,
Oof,
which is pretty amateur hour. I'll be honest.
that's pretty rough.
Yeah, from the two of us. But hey, it's okay. Um,
Can't be worse than my Canada Grand Prix in my main league. It was a good result, P6 to P2, but I took pole, but I absolutely killed a Haas when I was trying to let him through on the main straight of Canada. So that was a bit embarrassing, but I did save it back for a P2. But the collision looked like a murder attempt, I can't lie. He didn't break his car either. I don't even know how. He
so
doesn't know either.
he got away with an almost heinous crime.
I mean, the game gave me 5 place grid penalty automatically.
Well,
Otherwise, I probably would have had something harsher. So short quality, man. I like a full quality. Full quality is fun.
it is. I don't know if I'd like it for ones that I race in, just because I don't know. I'm excited for the race, you know. But full quality definitely plays for more strategy in qualifying. So now you get that double strategy. You get your race strategy and your qualifying strategy.
Yep.
All right, I should have everything good to go.
Now, I will say, spectating and hosting a COTA race last night, I think it was all but 4 cars on a full grid had time penalties. So we should be looking at quite a few time penalties tonight. And
Yeah, I'm
most of
expecting
these
it.
drivers were in that race as well. Hopefully they'll be aware of that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's always it's almost like you say that every track, like, oh, this track has difficult uh limits. And
I
it's
just
true.
watched it iRace. Oh, that's right. He's doing P20. I don't know why. I was really confused there what iRacing just did. But I thought like it was an extra driver. I don't know why he just wouldn't stay in the garage though. I mean, I
Yeah, you
guess
can
he's
just
in
retire from
spectator mode
session.
now. Yeah, he had to be very flamboyant with that one, really making a statement to all the drivers of a "fuck you, I'm faster." Drivers certainly taking offense to that as Jesus has left the session. Spectator,
Guys,
Jesus.
we barely started qualifying, and you mean to tell me that we're already having just
Yeah,
shenanigans?
we have a DNF and a leave of the session. If I retire, I don't know if it put up my setup on.
What?
Would it put your setup on if you retired from the pits without setting a lap? That's a good question. Huh. I
I
don't
don't
know
think
if
it
it
would.
would.
No, Park Ferme, you haven't done a single lap with the setup.
Well, he still hasn't done a lap.
Well, yeah, in general, yeah. So I don't know
Would he
how
be
the.
able to change it then at the start of the race?
I don't
Because he
know.
didn't. Well, actually, no. Yeah, you could break. Oh no, you can't break park from main game. That one's kind of annoying. I wish you could.
Is it just me, or am I seeing drizzles?
I thought I was seeing something too. Down the back straight. You're
Yeah, I'm
talking.
seeing drizzles.
I saw something down the back straight as well. It does look pretty overcast.
There are most definitely
Unfortunately,
drizzles.
that's probably, yeah, there is. It's probably why all the cars are out of the garage now, because
Yeah.
they're wanting to get a lap in before it gets too wet. I bet everyone now is wishing it was a full quali.
Of course. Oh
We're gonna be
man.
careful through the S's as I ride on board with Ardent Prentice, our reigning race winner. It looks like it's gonna start getting pretty slick out there through Sector 1. It's coming down a decent amount now to make an effect on the tires.
I'm seeing a confusing move from Sparkashira. I don't fully understand what's going on. He was on a hot lap, and then he starts letting people pass, maybe, and kind of
Is he going
driving on
to?
the outside of the
I
track.
see him in Sector 1 letting people through. I wonder if he's gonna pit for inters.
Yeah,
Surely not. Surely you need to set a soft lap here.
I don't know.
It is unfortunate as last night's quali I did in Q3, I picked a fast driver and I turned off my HUD and we got the beautiful sunset lap. They did spin in turn 1, but the rest of it was pretty cool and I don't think we're going to get that because of the rain. Unless if it does clear up at the end.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it was pretty funny when he spun when literally all eyes were on him for that sunset lap. Everyone knew he was doing it.
He crumbled under the pressure.
He did, he did. Artem Prentice is about to cross the line. It looked like he might be the first one to set a time. Was Artem Prentice first out? He was 33.8. If I remember correctly, drivers last night were getting into the 31s. Is
That's
that right,
wicked.
iRacing? No, well, it is wet. It is wet now. So you can't say that they're not on pace of those guys because this is entirely different conditions. As Lyrical making debut in Haas with 35.1, Burbo Savage 35.2. His teammate currently provisional pole in these weird conditions. Deathwing 35.7, Spark 151. Yeah, it looks like he might have invalidated that lap as he is pushing now. So I believe he might have invalidated that lap that you saw him on. Mesky 149, a ways off of pace. DG going P2. Everyone a ways off of Ardent Prince's time. That looks to be a very well put together lap. He was the first one out. So by definition, the track would have been driest when Ardent Princess went out. I wonder if he saw the weather before anyone else and really rushed to get out there and get his lap done, pushing harder possibly on his out lap as well.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be the case. He's way faster than the rest of the field.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would have been a critical play from him, getting out first and getting that hot lap done as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's pouring down, but it's definitely
No,
coming down,
It-
and so I
it's
can't
gonna
imagine
have
wet
an
tires being.
effect.
Yeah, wet tires just will not be able to match this Prentice lap that was on almost a fully dry track.
Yeah, I'm wondering though if the rain is looking to stop towards the end of quality. That will be the interesting factor. If it gets harder, stays the same, or goes away.
I don't know.
Nova
What
P3
is this
still a ways off
Mercedes
time.
doing? There's a Mercedes just...
Interesting. Spark does at 37.9. Interesting note for you. P2 and P3 separated by 0.06 of a second.
Oh my
We saw last
God.
night. We saw last night actually in the full quali. A driver missed out on Q2 because they had set the exact same time as the driver in the elimination zone, but the elimination zone driver set their time first, so one driver lost out over the other. That was really unfortunate to see.
Yeah, you hate to see that. I mean, what do you do at that point?
I think retire the car. Ferrari, a lot of traffic and probably getting understeer from this Aston Martin ahead. Certainly frustrated from that. Andy Chavo.
Oh, he's new for this weekend.
Yeah, I thought the same. I don't... Oh, Shorma is in the race. We do have two Red Bulls out there. NASCAR boy, P4. Good lap from him in the McLaren. Yeah, certainly this is not a good lap for the Ferrari. No, it's a 149.6 at the back by far with Mesky here. And I think that Aston... Well, this Aston looks to be pushing, but has an invalidated lap. I think, yeah, he has bailed out of it now. One kick still have yet to set time. Don't know if they disconnected or what. Jules looking to be on a out lap. Looks like a lot of understeer in that Williams, though. Conditions might be starting to get a bit worse with a track emptying out.
Yeah, it
Empty
seems like
track
everybody's
means that line's
abandoning
gonna
their
fill
laps
up.
now.
I mean, those that haven't set a time, though, are certainly going to want to set one. Otherwise, iRacing won't be able to do his last to first challenge. They'll have to let drivers through on lap 1.
Yeah, this is already interesting. I mean, seeing any amount of rain in a race makes, ups the stakes, ups the ante, but
Both
this early in
Astons yet to
qualifying?
set a time. One still has their battery set to hot lap on an invalidated lap time. Not quite sure what Faz is doing, but I certainly wish that he would have a team principal to tell him to abort it. There's no sense in this.
I don't know.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what this guy's doing on an invalidated lap. I wonder if he invalidated the last corner and it was at this and next lap and he didn't realize it. Or my game is tweaking and he's gonna go P1. No, he goes into the pits. He just left his battery on.
No, yeah, it was showing invalidated for me too.
I wonder if he was just rushing to get to the pits.
Maybe. I mean, if it looks like the rain is picking up.
It does look like it, which will be unfortunate for Plaza, who starts at hot lap now on the soft tire as we see the kick that hasn't set a time out now. I'm wondering, honestly, if these back markers are going to want to set a time. Oof, quite a bit of oversteer there from the Aston Martin. I wonder if they're going to want to set a time on the intermediate tires, seeing as how they aren't at the pace of the top field. It might be a safe bet going to Inters, possibly if the rain picks up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a confidence kind of decision. How confident are you driving through the rain in softs to try and mitigate the lack of grip? But I mean, it's just it's a
I
tough
think the
choice.
dries are still the call.
They might be.
I
It's
don't
just
see any dry line on track, so the track isn't getting wet.
yeah. We see a Nova right now on a brand new hot lap on softs.
Nova looking for just 0.006 of a second to blitz into P2.
What is interesting too to know is if it's going to be wet during the race, if it's going to continue raining, have they modified their setups in qualifying? I would hope so, but
Yeah.
how many noticed?
I wouldn't. If it's a wet race, I mean, yeah, sure, but I'm going to stick with what I know works. Oof, that Aston Martin getting awfully wide on the rear end. NASCAR boy retiring from the session. Looks like he was off through the S's. Oh, no, as Plaza invalidates his lap on the second to last corner. That was not what he wanted. He needed to get a lap done, and he will not have it done. Unfortunate for NASCAR boy throwing it off in the S's. Getting really wet out there now. I am starting to see some water stay on track through the last corner there. It does look a bit wet. Drivers should be aware water is staying on track.
Just like you said earlier with Plaza, Nova also invalidating in the same turn and taking damage into this pit entry.
Oof, that is not good for the Haas. They should have time to try and get a lap done, but it will be close, especially if the track conditions worsen, which I think they are. And I think Ardent Prentice will stay in the pits because of this.
Yep.
I think Ardent Prentice is in a very easy position here, being the first one out on track, first one to set a lap. Well done from him on the strategy call.
I am seeing from the Discord that it is predicted to be light rain during the race.
We're gonna have Canada all over again, I swear.
We are back
I
to
need
back.
I need a race that I commentate where it's easy for once. I had my personal race that I didn't commentate was easy, and I wish I had that to commentate because it was. I have had like 4 back-to-back crazy ass races.
Well, we don't know what happens in the future. You just got to do what you do with our jobs.
Yeah, there's a lot of water staying on track now. I wouldn't blame a driver for trying out the answers. If Faz were coming out, I wouldn't blame him for having answers on that S, and at least he'll keep it between the lines and set a time. I think you could still get an easy P12 here with the times that we're seeing.
Truthfully, yeah, it's all about cutting your losses here at this time. Because I am watching K-Faz right now, the Aston Martin.
Again,
He is
the
barely
kick-
holding on.
The third car in a row, Kick has invalidated his lap at the exact same corner as Plaza and Nova. These drivers cannot pin it around that corner right now. They're taking too early of lines and losing out because of it. These guys gotta set a time at the bottom 3. Looks like Faz is on a hot lap.
I will say, K-Faz, his pace at the moment is confusing to me. Just his inputs and everything. I can see that there's definitely assists being used. As
It's like
well
they have a
as
Mercedes off.
he has almost full battery near the end of his lap. What is going on?
Let's see that as well. We had the Mercedes of DG off through the S's, unable to find grip there, it looks like.
Oh yeah, his
Yeah, I
tires are
mean-
going to be cooked in this race. He's flooring it out of every corner exit.
I mean, he could be running full traction control.
Yeah, I mean it's still
Full
cooked your
traction
tires.
control is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Look, respect to everybody. Everybody's in a different part of their sim racing journey, but it doesn't help your rear tires at all when you have full traction
See
control.
if he can keep it clean. He does keep it clean where his teammate and others couldn't, but he comes into the pits. Mate, you haven't set a time. What are we doing? That's his second. Did you pick up damage on that pit wall?
I don't know what's
He's
going on
taking the
anymore.
billard with him.
I don't
My
know what's going on anymore,
goodness.
man.
Unfortunate for iRacing, as he's not gonna be able to do a last to first challenge properly. He might have to let some people through at the start of the race.
I don't know what we're commentating anymore, Des.
We do see Plaza on a pretty nifty lap. Very nicely kept with the rear slipping out just a little bit.
So seeing
Top
right
field-
now, you go ahead. Sorry.
I'm thinking that drivers like P14 and down are able to make improvements, but everyone else I don't think can in these conditions.
Well, I can confirm right now. So Andy Chavo in the Ferrari is doing a hot lap on Inters at the moment. Through Sector 2, he was 2 and some seconds behind his fastest lap, which was a 1:41
Oof.
almost. So Inters may not be the fastest tire at the moment still.
Yeah, definitely not a great lap. Yeah, 1:46.3 from him. iRacing saying that he will let the drivers through that are behind him at the start of the race. So the Inter's doing a 1:43. We'll see what Plaza can do on the softs.
Yep, and it looks like we have Jules on a hot lap as well on the Inters, so that'll be another benchmark for maybe the pace of the Inters right now.
And yeah, we're seeing a lot of the top field guys determining that there is no room for improvement out there and to just go and spectate. Wise call, honestly.
Yeah, just
Could have done
keep
it after
safe.
the first lap. DRS disabled. This is crucial. Yeah, 1:44.5 for Plaza. So we're in that conversion zone of the enters and drives being at the same pace.
Invalidated lap from Jules. I mean, at the very least, we'll be able to see
No.
maybe what his time could have been, but the DRS definitely isn't actually going to affect him much because he had already made it past all the DRS zones for the track.
Oof, still no grip even on the enters here, unless if he's trying to warm the tires on purpose.
They might be
Might
overheating
be.
at this point, truthfully.
Are you sure about that? As he just had a shit ton of understeer.
I don't even know anymore.
And he's into the bits. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what this is shipping up to look like. I think it's definitely an ardent pull. A very, very well done ardent pull position.
Yep. Will he have the race pace to match it, though, in a light rain? That's the question.
Yeah, we'll see how he can do in the wet conditions for sure. As we do see KFaz out on intermediates to set his first time. Still on his out lap, so we'll see what kind of time he can set. No DRS on enters for his first lap. Driver's definitely regretting not going out early. So his first lap that wasn't even a hot lap was a 39. That would have put him ahead of Jules had that not been an out lap. So it'll be interesting to see here what kind of time he pulls out.
I do see a Ferrari on the track map just stopped somewhere.
Yeah, I see that too. It's coming up for KFS now. Going very wide through the S's, really struggling to find grip. He had downshifts and a wrong zone there. Really struggling right now, that Estermine. I think possibly that Ferrari might have been getting out of the way of the cars ahead. Not quite sure. Not quite sure why the top 10 are even really out there right now. Unless that was Andy. Could have definitely been. We do have both Ferraris out.
It could be a little bit of a practice for the conditions that are expected for the race. Just kind of adjust your braking zones and adjust your line.
Yep. Drivers going to want to be opening up their differential here too.
Yep.
With these conditions, as we see another Ferrari off into the braking zone. Not quite sure what happened with him. As we see the Ferrari behind Faz is on intermediate tires. Not quite sure if the Inters are underperforming the dries or if this is just the current track conditions, because I don't think Faz is going to set that competitive at the time. Losing the rear end going through the last couple of corners here. Oof, as we see a Mercedes off ahead of him. Mercedes going very wide and dashing to the pits. Yeah, not a good time for Faz for sure. Not sure if it's the driver, the tires, or the conditions. It's
Yeah,
hard to say.
It's just not going to happen with the Inters. PA Neffer, he's I think 4 at least seconds off pace of what his 1:37.98.
We do see Mesky in the kick out there. Currently P16 on the Inter tires. I want to pull up my detail to the tires to see what the best times were set on for which tires. So the only driver to find a best time on intermediate tires is KFaz. So every single driver other than him set their best time on the softs.
Yep, it was all make or break in that very first hot lap that everybody could get in before the rain got too, just there was too much rain.
For sure. Messi having a little bit of fun out there before coming across the line. Yeah, drivers are definitely going to want to have a good strategy going into tonight. Definitely good for Red Bull having a strategist sitting there with them. It'll be good to see what kind of information they can feed. So we ended Arnett Prentice on pole position. Very, very well done from him. Good call to go out first, and I'm assuming he might have pushed on that outlap. I can't not assume that some of these drivers were pushing on the outlap to get ahead of the rain. What do you think?
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, usually you don't try and do that to maintain as little wear on the tires, but really, I mean, under these conditions, you almost just throw it to the wall.
Yeah.
You need to beat the rain.
Yeah, big gaps to the cars ahead. 4/10 to Arnett Prentice pole, and then half a second from P4 to P3. Big gaps out there with these conditions.
Do we have formation lap in this league? I forget every single time.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It looks pretty sunny out there right now with no clouds in sight.
Okay, everybody's an announcement being made to not ready up until 7:35 to give people time to adjust their setups. Do they have Parc Ferme on? Is the question, because that is a long time to wait.
I assume so, but I mean, you're going to want to look at the tire strategy to the weather here for sure, and when that rain might come in and what tire you might want. So if it comes in the middle like it did in Canada on and off, that's going to be very, very troublesome. But it looks pretty dry out there unless that this loading screen will change after we get started. Just check the Discord as well. So yeah, wait until so. That's very interesting. Wait, someone readied says that iRacing noob. Oh, someone did ready. We're about to go lights out here. It is formation lap, by the way.
This
We
is
do have formation
controversy.
lap.
This is such a big controversy.
Yeah, that's for sure. So everyone on the dries, it looks like we will at least start on the dries. I wish we could have the weather for us. We have like a little radar blip or something that we could
Yeah.
have. That'd be nice. Like the track map we replace with like a radar.
Yep, have a cycle through there. EA, come on now. Please, if you are listening at any
26.
point, please.
Yeah, if by some dumb chance you're watching, we see Shawarma. Oh, he might be disqualifying to save his tires.
So they're confirming it as Andros. Who would Andros be? Because EA name
Andy
is not-
Shabo?
Maybe. They're
That'd be
saying
my
he will
best
be
bet.
receiving a quali ban next race he participates in
Oof.
for readying up.
Surprised they were able to figure out who it was. Everyone
know.
looking to participate in the formation lab, you don't see that too often. Good on these boys for doing it and putting on a little bit of a show.
Yeah, I'm a little so I don't know if you know this, but I'd experimented in some practicing that I'd done for my race today. So I'd always wondered if under formation laps it simulates your tire wear, and it does. So
Yeah.
it interests me to see people doing those very aggressive short bursts to warm up their tires, considering that that'll wear their tires faster as well.
Yeah,
So what's your take on
often you see drivers disqualify themselves from the formation lap to save on the tires. I think that the tire advantage might be a bit good because of the fact that you're going to be heating them up, whereas others are going to be in a neutral zone for them. So I honestly prefer to do it. If you can't save yourself 1 to 2% for a formation lap, I don't think that you're really going to be up there. As we see Nova accidentally leaving the session. Wonder if there's a connectivity issue or something else going on with them. But I was banking them for a podium or possible win tonight if they can bring the pace.
Yeah, Nova's been consistently one of the best racers. I won't say the best finishers because he's had some unfortunate,
Yeah.
mishaps in every race, but definitely one of the better racers of this league.
That's for sure a good way of putting it. Ardent Princess looking for a beautiful start into turn 1. We're gonna have to be careful. You can't go 4 or 5 wide into it. Going through it, you're only really gonna have room for a couple of cars. So we are waiting for the stragglers on the formation lap. Yeah, Andy Chavez choosing to, or Chavo choosing to disqualify to get that tire wear back. So we are still waiting for a couple cars to grid, including P2 of DG. He cuts through the field. Excuse me, coming through on your left. Here he is. I don't think Nova has joined back. I think that might be an AI on Raystar, which will be critical for him. As we get underway, look how aggressive that Mercedes is pointed into the side of Ardent Princess as we see 5 red lights, and they're gone. Here go the drivers down through to turn 1. DG having a good run on Ardent Princess here. Looks like as we see a Haas jolt out from the side. We're going to try and keep up with the turn 1 guys. We see a lot of people going 3 and 4 wide. Holy crap, I don't even know what I'm looking at. It looks like a swarm of bees coming out of turn 1, but it looks like everyone's gotten most of the way clean. DG right on the back of Ardent Princess coming through the S's. It looks pretty clean. I think we might see McLaren off here as I'm trying to catch up with them, but they're tumbling down the order. We do see McLaren off. Toxin 10-second penalty off the back. What the hell? I'm looking at the drivers here. I'm seeing green and red arrows everywhere. Nova on AI mode down to P17. Red Bull getting loose of Schwarm.
I can now confirm that Nova's power went out.
No.
That is
My
so
God, the
awful.
curse keeps going.
The Nova curse.
No way. My goodness. We're seeing some moves in the middle. Deathwing on the Red Bull of the reserve seats. Looks like Deathwing might have this one in the books as he's on the Haas now already. This could be good looks for him. The Haas staying ahead. As we see a Red Bull send it down the inside of Deathwing. And they are still fighting it out there. Looks like a pretty good battle so far. Not sure how clean that was from the Red Bull. Deathwing now P7 behind the Red Bull on Haas. He was past fighting. Side by side race leader and DG for P1. DG leaving no time to try and overtake Ardent Princess here, looking to get it done as soon as possible. Both on equal ERS. I'm flashing between them, and they're both on the same ERS here. Down the inside he goes. Ardent Princess choosing the outside. Big corner cut from DG there. He pushes him a little outside. McLaren looking to scoop up something between these two fighting. We see Jules first to pit.
Dude, I'm on. Jules pitting already has to have been a damage thing, but dude, it is
Yeah.
so cool seeing how deep this initial group is. It goes from 1st to 8th.
Yeah,
Or
we have a
7th now,
big
but-
DRS train going. Big DRS train going so far. I'm going to cut over to what's going to be a very interesting positions change chart. NASCAR Boy up 1 position. Brobo Savage up 3. Lyrical up 1. Big gain here. Plaza up 9 positions on a time penalty. Andy up 6. Faz up 8. Sake Knock, a kick driver, up 7. iRacing Noob up 5. So we see side by side the race leaders. Nova down 16, Raze down 16, Shawarma down 5. Big moves going on up front. Princess trying to hang on to P1, just can't get it done, and now he's under attack from the McLaren. I think the McLaren has this done on Ardent Princess, who is going to be looking to strike back, and he does. Beautiful stuff from Ardent Princess. His teammate now P4. This is going to be critical for him, having his teammate in P4 on this DRS train. He can really play a good game with them now.
Yeah, dude, there's just so much action. I'm overwhelmed. There's action up front.
Yeah.
There's action slightly behind them. There's action all the way back in the midfield. Dude, this is
Both
exciting.
getting through the Haas of Lyrical. Deathwing looking to gain on this as well. Definitely going to be looking at Brobo to help out Ardent Princess here. Deathwing having a what looks to be almost a good move on the Haas ahead. Note here, Deathwing is on the soft tire.
Yeah,
I
there's
have
three.
to take a look at these tires, really. We
Yep,
have
there's
three
three people on soft tires. to start
My
the race. I
goodness.
find that very, very, very risky.
Yeah, that's bold. That's very bold. You're gonna be on a 2-stop with that. You can 1-stop this. Good chance for a safety car though. Keeping it clean so far. So we look, though, McLaren maybe having a look down the inside of Apprentice. No, Apprentice is going down the inside of DG. Looking to keep it clean. Apprentice is into the lead now.
We do see a move now from Deathwing. Can he make it stick through some tight hairpins? He might be able to with this outside line. It's going to be very interesting to see. It looks like he has made it stick for the time being. That is very good racecraft. I do say so myself.
Very nice from him. So both Aston Martins currently running P8 and 9 up 9 positions each right now. That's pretty incredible to see from them.
This is
Racing
just-
new P13.
Every lap is a new fastest lap through this race so
Yeah.
far.
A good inside move from DG, pushing the V-Carb outside, but not enough to make a noticeable thing. But DG now 3-second time penalty. A contender for the race win is on the time penalty. That is not what you want to see from a front runner, as we are seeing plenty of time penalties being handed out now. I told you this would play a factor, and here it is. Already 4 time penalties out there on track. One of them being for a possible race winner.
Yep, here they come. Here come all the time penalties.
I told you it's going to play a factor, and we are definitely seeing it now. Holy crap.
Mostly for the middle of the field, which, you know, hurts because it can be the difference between getting points or no points.
Yep, you're really relying on other people's mistakes now, as GG back through Ardent Prentice. These guys playing a little game of leapfrog ahead. Definitely not going to be fun for their tires. NASCAR Boy and Brobo Savage are going to be looking at this thinking, yes, kill, kill. I want you guys to have no rubber on those wheels. Ardent Prentice with a beautiful switchback on the Mercedes, as we have a full course safety car as he made that move. That was golden from Ardent Prentice. I am so glad that I caught that. Beautiful stuff, as we do see McLaren off in the S's. Nova DNF now through the race as they lost power, unfortunately. Did you see that switchback from Ardent Prentice there?
No, I was trying to find out what had happened to Nova, so I'm happy that you got it.
Yes, that was. I didn't get the bestest view, but enough to give him props for that one, especially doing it right as the safety car goes through. So interestingly now, NASCAR Boy stays out, Ardent Prentice's teammate stays out, and almost the rest of the field is in. This is going to be really important for Ardent and Prentice to tell his teammate, I need you to hold up the cars ahead and behind for me. As it looks like where's Ardent Prentice coming out at? Oh, P3, I lost him there.
That's really not that bad.
No, that is golden for him, pitting for fresh tires. Gonna take a look at the tires, see what everyone comes out on. People are pitting for a second set of mediums, by the way. I don't think they're going to, well, they're 100% on a 2-stop, but where are they going to pit at to get off of these?
I don't
I mean,
know.
4 laps isn't killer on the tires. If you're pushing really hard, then it can be brutal. But I feel like there's definitely some guys out there that weren't pushing as hard. It could be Andy and Spark that might not have been pushing as hard and could stay out on these tires and make a good use of it.
Yeah, I think I remember Spark Kashira actually needing to you know, do a lot of pits in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Whether or not that be his strategy.
Okay. Yeah, so none of the top runners have pit onto the mediums. The highest person to pit onto new mediums being the Haas of Lyrical. Currently P7 with a time penalty. I think he actually might have several time penalties if I remember correctly. He doesn't. He only has the one. Shark Attack on 10 seconds worth of time penalties. That is crucial for his race.
I think if you take a closer look at his name, you'll find it a little funnier than what you just said.
Okay, I see it now. Thank you. Thank you for that correction there. How do I pronounce it here, Fridge?
If I do believe, it might be Shart Attack. So
Oh, do you
know.
need a minute?
Dude, those race engineers will not like to see what occurs in
So
his
just
car.
for a quick recap, at Red Bull we had the team principal of Jesus with his drivers Shawarma and Shart Attack at Red Bull. Who do I have my money on? Says Baha. I mean we can't count. I'm gonna say something crazy. We can't count out iRacing Noob. I'm gonna count out Savage as he pits under a really bad safety car for him. He drops down from P2 to probably looks to be P13. So I'm gonna count Brobo Savage out the win for right now. I'm gonna put my money on Ardent Princess. How about you, Fridge?
I am shocked. I hadn't even noticed the iRacing Noob was this far up the field already. But
He has not pit. He is on 5-lap old mediums. Everyone around him on fresh mediums.
dude, I mean, I think I have to go for Ardent Princess as well. It's that Cinderella story, you know, unsigned driver, but iRacing Noob looking very dangerous.
Yeah, so is Ponder for TTV and the other Alpine with iRacing Noob. Currently P4 still has yet to pit. Now, I will say from the race last night around Coda, we were in a very similar situation. Some people out on old tires, some people out on new tires, around the same age of lap difference. And the difference is notable. We will see these guys that pitted making moves very, very easily on the old tire runners, but the old tire runners ahead of the field and ahead of those big breaks and the pace gap will find themselves in a pretty good place. It's just a matter of if they have those fast pace runners behind them, if they can hold them back. That's where it's going to be critical for the guys that stayed out, if they can hold back the pace difference.
Yeah, and that's easier said than done, especially on a track like Coda with so many long straights going into the slower technical corners.
Yep, you're going to feel a lot more understeer than these guys, and they could have a chance around. iRacing Noob is gonna win. And just remember that I said it here first. So Baha has his money for iRacing Noob back-to-back Coda wins. Little information for you, Baha. He started dead last. He did that on purpose. He's doing a last to first challenge. So we have safety car in this lap. Front field actually going through pretty quickly on a safety car in this lap. NASCAR boy controlling a pretty quick pace for a restart. I don't really see them going this quick usually. It looks like they had pretty equal pace coming out of the last corner between the top two runners. DG right on the gearbox of Ardent Princess. He's looking to send a dive bomb. Dummies it to the inside though. Doesn't make that move. So we look behind us for any more movement. Not seeing much. Everyone's getting away pretty clean here, I gotta admit, as we see time penalty for an Alpine.
Upon effort in fourth. That is this is the worst
Like
time
I
for him to
said,
get a
we're
time
gonna
penalty.
see these being handed out left and right.
Yep, there's definitely an over/under game to be had with race penalties across the field.
Like we've been saying, keeping it consistent is going to be key here. As we see an Alpine losing the rear on the exit, that's the Alpine of Han Niefer, who just got the time penalty and is on the older mediums. Those older mediums possibly proving to not have the rear traction that they need to make up some moves, as we see them possibly go 3 wide, no 2 wide through the end of the straightaway. Looks like it will be the Red Bull edging out ahead of everyone. Haas and Alpine still side by side though. Looks like some good racing from the two of them. As the Haas gets through, and he's looking to get through the Red Bull, cuts the corner, doesn't get a time penalty. He's already on 3 seconds, so he's going to have to be careful. Still side by side with the Red Bull. This is beautiful stuff from the Haas right now. Z finally, no, he doesn't get through. He does force the Red Bull wide and does get through in the end. DG dropping out the DRS of the car ahead. That's going to be critical as DRS is enabled this lap. NASCAR boy on the older mediums pulling away from Ardent Princess on the one-stop hards. Do you think these hards are going to make it 20 laps?
If they do, they will not be happy about it. It'll definitely be, I don't know, I'd say maybe 60 to maybe 70% tire wear, depending on where in dirty air they're sitting. I would be impressed if anybody makes them last that long.
Yeah, you definitely have to account for it too. These guys up front are fighting for position. It is not a clear pull away. So fighting for position is definitely going to wear on these tires harder. I think you're right in saying these guys will not be happy on their tires at the end, as we see a kick putting it wide turn 1, causing a short yellow flag. Art Prentice looking to make a move at the end of the straight. DRS, ERS, slipstream for him. Pulls to the inside. Mercedes behind, out of DRS so far. Smesky is racking up time penalties behind the field as he goes wide through the S's. Ardent Prentice with a beautiful move, and it's a virtual safety car as Ardent Prentice gets through P1. Okay, so I think here, Fridge, we're looking at every time Ardent Prentice takes P1, we're going to see a virtual or full course safety car. I think that's the strategy here.
Dude, I was watching his entire lap this go around. He had made such a clean and effortless move through the long back straight with DRS
He
on
did.
NASCAR
He really
board.
did.
This is a shame. This is 100% a shame for him.
I wouldn't say so. This is perfect for him. He got through, got the move done. He can relax on his tires a little bit, and he has the lead secured for now. NASCAR Boy can't fight this back for another lap or two. That's 1 or 2 laps less that NASCAR Boy can fight back.
You know, looking at these tires actually now, this does help him a lot. This extends his hards to potentially being more than reasonable to last all the way to the end.
Baja saying that iRacing was actually making a move during that virtual safety car, and that was unfortunate timing for iRacing. Honestly, should iRacing had pit during the VSC? You're gonna lose a lot less time. Should these people that have stayed out made a pit stop there?
It's
We do see
interesting.
Spark in the pits. You're
It's
gonna
very
lose
interesting.
position,
Yes.
but you can get a stop done, and you're gonna lose a lot less time. You're gonna have to make up ground. It's controversial whether to pit or not for sure, as we have VSC ending, and DG gets a drive-through penalty for having a negative delta while restarting. NASCAR Boy with a beautiful restart gets through Ardent before the back straight. That was a beautiful restart from the McLaren there, as he has to let back through the V-Carb. It looks like he might have overtaken off track there. Not quite sure what happened with that, but it was a beautiful restart. Turned to a giving back in track position. DG8, are we counting him out of the race win officially? Drive-through penalty plus 10 seconds.
He might as
And
well
he's
be.
going to have to serve that soon.
Yeah, he might as well be. It'll be within the next 2.5 laps. That's just.
And he's looking to make a move on Ardent Prentice. Now, honestly, if I'm in Ardent Prentice's position, I'm thinking to myself, this guy should piss off, slow down, and just leave us alone before he causes an incident.
This race is just action-packed. Can't get away from it.
Yeah, no. And as we see DG sticking his nose on the inside, doesn't stick with it though. Ardent Prentice had a good run coming out of the final corner, but has actually given up and is going defensive to DG here. DG going to want to keep it clean and not crash out any of these guys with all those time penalties he has. It would be certainly embarrassing for him and unfortunate for these drivers competing for the win. iRacing now through his teammate as well. NASCAR Boy handling these old mediums beautifully right now. That man from last night's race having flashbacks. Yes, it is iRacing Noob, who is on a P20 to P1 challenge, currently P8. So yeah, I'm having flashbacks as well. That man, me too. And it was a partially wet quality, which made it extra spicy. So we see behind a Haas tucking in behind a Mercedes. Ardent Prentice not liking these hard tires. He does not have the pace compared to the top two on the hard tires. NASCAR Boy handling the mediums beautifully. Like I said, it wasn't that many laps on him when that safety car came out. So you can still have some pace out of them, and iRacing Noob and NASCAR Boy are proving it so. NASCAR Boy possibly in a good position for a win here, depending on when he pits.
It's going to be interesting to watch. Third place, Ardent Prentice. He doesn't have to worry too much about DG in front of him, as he does have that penalty. But if he can get past him ASAP, then he can really fight NASCAR Boy.
Yeah, his fight certainly isn't with DG, but he has to get through him if he wants to fight for the lead. It's a very unfortunate scenario Ardent is in right now.
Yeah, because
As
with
we have
him not being
another
directly
return.
behind NASCAR Boy, he's relying on DG8 maintaining pace behind NASCAR Boy so that, you know, they have a little bit of a DRS thing going on and they don't lose out
Yep.
time on the leader.
Yeah, we currently have a DRS train down to P5 as we have a double kick retirement. Nova lost his power, so we can't really classify that as a full-blown driver retirement there. Is this the second time in a row we're seeing a kick retirement? I can't remember if last time we had a double kick retirement. I believe we did.
I can't remember. I really can't. I think I do remember Muskie or Sprixie's in
Mesky did DNF after
Yeah.
going out on fresh sauce. It did not have any grip and put it in the wall going through turn 2. But I don't remember if his teammate had DNF'd as well.
I'm struggling to remember who his teammate was. Let's see if I can pull up the picture on my phone of the last race results. He had no teammate in Canada, so yeah, we had a full DNF of the Sauber team.
Fully classify that a double DNF if he never did start the race, but yeah, pretty much the same.
Almost the
Ardent
same.
Prentice looking to have a move on the Mercedes this lap. The Mercedes in. iRacing closing in. iRacing is closing in on Shart attack ahead as the Mercedes is the first to pit. Now, he had the drive-through penalty, so I don't think that's to pit for new tires. I think that's to serve as drive-through penalty. I believe you only have a few laps to serve that. So he might be pitting to get rid of that before a bigger penalty comes his way. As he does just go straight through the pits, getting out of the way for Ardent Prentice here.
What we do see is iRacing Noob now in 7th place, doing his best to try and catch up to Shart Attack actually on older medium tires, so it'll be very difficult for him.
NASCAR
Oh
Boy
my.
time penalty, the race leader.
That is amateur. That is
That is showing
boneheaded.
the mediums fading. Deathwing currently P3, no time penalty. How has Deathwing found himself here for one? The mediums clearly fading. iRacing not showing as much pace, trying to maybe possibly hold on to the tires to make the one-stop work. Baja saying it's between NASCAR Boy and iRacing as NASCAR Boy had gotten the time penalty. It is pushed wide by Ardent. A half decent move. Oh, they're still side by side though. Just looking pretty good between them. Yep, Baja now seeing time penalty as Deathwing looking to make up a position as the door was open. Good stuff from him. A little bit pushed wide for the McLaren, but to be fair, that was Deathwing's line there. I think that would just be a racing incident if it were reported. Deathwing on a good race here today.
I'm
Deathwing
impressed.
up 6 positions. Plaza up 12 as yes, we see the McLaren go in. Like I said, those mediums were dead. Plaza up 12, iRacing up 12, Baz up 10. DG down 9. Take a look actually at the penalties real quick, as that is absolutely insane as well. Lyrical 3 seconds, 16 seconds to Shard Attack in P5. What has happened to this Red Bull Reserve driver? They show good pace, but this consistency is not what Jesus is going to want to see.
As on the nose as it might be, you know, he's having a short attack. I mean, 16 seconds.
That
Not
is
even
definitely not
halfway
what you
through.
want to see.
Nope, not at all.
iRacing Noob now dropping back over a second on this lap to the car ahead. I think iRacing Noob is going to be in this lap. He's done 13 laps on these mediums. You could easily do 15 on the hards. As we see a Ferrari off through the final corner, this might force a virtual to full course safety car. Holy penalties indeed. Yeah, we saw last night, we hosted a COTA race, and we saw all but 4 drivers with penalties. So yeah, this is definitely a heavy penalty track. I think iRacing Noob is going to be looking at pitting this lap. I honestly think he might have been able to do it last lap. He's dropped back almost 2 seconds to the car ahead. I think he made a mistake not pitting last lap. I'm going to say it.
I'd take your word for it.
12 laps on mediums to 16 on hards is very, very equal degradation between the two tires. I think 13, 15 is pushing the mediums a little too hard and not being able to extract as much out of the hards unless you push pretty hard on the opening and ending laps, as we do see iRacing into the pits now.
Yep. I think very smart decision. Cut your losses as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think he did play that one long, but it was a hard tell. and one that is showing now. We'll see where he comes out. Noticeably, we missed it somehow, some way. Deathwing got through Ardent Prentice for P1, by the way. Deathwing P1 on he was the one that pit for new mediums. Of the field, he pit new mediums instead of new hards.
I don't know how he
Very
missed
interesting call from him. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
that. I was not
guess-
expecting that so early.
I mean, he's gonna have to make another stop compared to Ardent, who won't. That's the critical thing here. So, of the top 4, Ardent Prentice is the only one that doesn't have to stop again. So this could be good for Bro Savage, as Short Attack does have that 16-second penalty unless another safety car comes out. This is a very mixed podium. I don't really know who's going to be up there. iRacing Noob comes out P14 after making his one and only stop. As we see more and more penalties being handed out. Yeah, not quite sure how that happened. Lyrical on the back of Plaza. We see a 3-car pileup for provisional P3 without penalties as Ardent Prentice picks up a 3-second time penalty. As we see a Ferrari off in turn 1. I think that would be the... Oh, we see damage also on the beginning of the main straight. It looks like the Ferrari just had a moment and went off through turn 1 at the end. Probably a Ferrari retirement there. As we have a full course safety car? Virtual?
It
Which
appears
is
to be
it?
so. The leaders are slowing. But I don't know, actually, as they're speeding
I
back
think it's
up.
VSC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be VSC. We see some cars in the pits. This is unfortunate for iRacing. Had he waited one more lap... Actually, no. I take that back. Had he waited one more lap, he would have lost a few more seconds. So I think either way, it kind of equaled out for the time loss gain.
Yeah, I agree. And you can't see into the future. He had to pit that
No,
lap. He had
no,
no choice.
no. That's on him for not knowing it was coming. As we see several more drive-through penalties as it ends. I think I saw like 2 or 3, at least 2 drive-through penalties. Another one
Prentice has
for
has
DG.
one. Oh no, he
Ardent
just has a
Prentice got
3-second. He just
drive-through?
has a 3-second. He just has.
Oh, I was gonna say. So it's drive-through for his teammate Bro Savage, for DG8, and for Spark. So we see another yellow flag due to the other Ferrari now coming out of the S's. I think he got away clean, but there might have been some damage done there. Wow, wow, wow. Shard Attack racking up even more. Now 19 seconds of time penalties for him. Is Deathwing in a winnable position here? He has to make another stop, but at the rate that we're seeing virtual safety cars, it's plausible.
I don't know. This is gonna be full of tough judgment calls. Do I come in now? Do I wait for someone to go in to then follow them? This is stressful for the drivers. I know it is.
Ardent Prentice looking to have a move on Deathwing ahead, possibly into turn 1 here, closest he's been in a while. Deathwing looks to have the top line speed over the V-Carb. He is just pulling away in that Mercedes. Where is he getting this top line speed from? This might be how he was able to get up so high, as he shows some crazy top line speed. So we check out his positions again. He's up 7 places. Plaza up 14. So we see some kerfuffle going on out back for some reason. It looks like people are making their second stops if they're on a 2-stop. Or it could as well be people serving their drive-through penalties. Ardent Prentice looking to get the job done over the lightning quick Deathwing Mercedes. I mean, look at how much Ardent Prentice is deploying and still hardly catching as there's a safety car. Okay, Deathwing's in this lap. Surely Deathwing's in this lap. He has to make a second stop. It's a full course safety car. He's the first one around to the pits. What do you think?
I think my judgment call would be pit now. You can definitely make those hards last for the rest of the race, especially
Oh,
because the first
100%.
couple would be on the hards. I think he has to. He has no choice.
I think Deathwing and Plaza are into the pits here. NASCAR Boy just pitted. Lyrical had just pitted. And I'm not really seeing any other drivers. I mean, Toxin just pitted for mediums. He's going to have to come off those. DG8 possibly looking to pit for some hards, maybe. Where is iRacing Noob is only P13. He had just made that stop for the hards. As it's Prentice, no, Prentice dummying going into the pits there. I think Deathwing was looking at that to see if Prentice was going in, and Prentice dummied himself going into the pits there. Possible smart strategy play from him. Deathwing, either way, should have went to the pits. I don't
Yeah,
think Ardent
yeah.
Prentice played a big role in that.
I would hope not, but hey, you never really know what goes on in their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see even more people
Deathwing
coming
pit for
in.
mediums. Did he start on the hards? Did Deathwing start on hard tire?
I don't know.
11.
he?
Okay, you can. I think he must have. Surely he did. I don't. DG8 tenths. Oh my goodness.
Let me check. I'll look at the
He
race
DNF'd.
director.
He gave up.
Okay.
DG8 gave up. DG8 gave up. He sped in the pit lane and then left.
That
I
was
don't blame you,
Prentice's
dude.
first
What
stop.
was that? Yes, that was.
So yeah, he
No,
started
Prentice.
on.
No, we're talking Deathwing.
Oh, Deathwing. I'm stupid. He went softs to mediums.
Oh, he started on the softs. Okay, so yeah, he can ride this out in the mediums then. 11 laps on the mediums is definitely possible. We saw iRacing doing 13. It looks like they really Robo Savage is on inters. I don't know if that's
I
a
don't know.
misinput or if he knows something that we don't. I don't really see a cloudy cloud in sight. Some interesting strategy calls here with Robo Savage on inters and Penerfer on softs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to think. My mind is just. I feel
Either
like I'm having
rain
an
is
aneurysm.
coming, or he had possibly the worst input known to man in the league.
He fat fingered it a million times to go over to the inters. There's no way.
I think the same, yeah.
There's no way.
So Deathwing in a good place here. Can definitely stretch those mediums to the end, especially doing a couple laps under safety car. We saw them only really last for good pace on iRacing for 12 laps. We have 11 to go. So with safety car taking out a couple laps, do we see Deathwing winning this? Ardent Prentice on old hards to Deathwing's new mediums. Also, Prentice has that time penalty.
If I were a betting man, I'd bet on Deathwing right this moment.
Oof, it's a big call. Also, take a look at the positions changed. Plaza P3 up 14 positions in the Aston Martin. Absolutely crazy to see. As well as teammate up 12 positions, P6. iRacing Noob up 12 positions, P7. Let's take a look at iRacing Noob's tires. He's on 4-lap old hards. Those will easily make it to the end, but behind he has 4 fresh people on medium tires as Robo Savage pits for mediums. That was unfortunately a very, very bad misinput.
I'm very happy to see though KFaz, not getting in any good laps during quality. He is now in 6th place. I'm
Yeah,
happy for him.
amazing from both Aston Martins there.
Yep.
So we did see Shard Attack on 16 seconds worth of penalties, now down to 9. He served a few of them there. Still tied with the most penalties with Faz. Unfortunately, Faz also on 9 seconds. So Deathwing is going to want to keep it clean. Apprentice is going to want to look to force that mistake out of him. iRacing also big gains from him if he does not pick up a penalty. Don't know if he's had many track limits yet.
He's actually calling for in the paddock. He's calling for another safety car, specifically at lap 22. He said.
Well, we will see if we can get that done for him.
Well, if it happens, there might be some investigations for collusion.
No, I don't think so. It seems pretty clean to me. Safety car in this lap is the message.
Yeah, this race paddock is blowing up. This is a more than eventful race.
I mean, we already have 6 DNFs, 1 not on purpose, 2 kicks out, and Andy, a Spark, and DG who racked up, I think by the end, if you count the drive-thrus as like 15 seconds, probably nearly 40 seconds worth of time penalties there.
It's been eventful. Can't say it's not.
Yep. Also, DG competing for the lead. That's unfortunate to see. Which would you consider more unfortunate? Robo Savage on the inters or DG with 40 seconds of time penalties?
I would say the Inters, because that one could genuinely be unfortunate. The other one, you are fully in control of the penalties that you receive.
That's true. That's true. So we see a good restart from Prentice there, but we've seen this top speed of Deathwing just trumping that V-Carb as the V-Carb takes a shallow line through the turn. Deathwing with a beautiful switchback, finding the grip immediately on these fresh mediums. He's had some problems before with keeping it clean, and they're looking pretty clean as he scoops ahead in the S's. Beautiful stuff from that Mercedes.
That is impressive through the S's.
That was beautiful from him. Keeping it clean as well. We've heard problems with him before, and now he's doing absolutely amazing stuff. I will say, and the other league that he runs in not last night, the night before, in Baku, I did see him crash out under safety car down the main straight. So that was unfortunate to see. But here he is redeeming himself to me.
Yeah, you're
I
saying that was
believe in
Deathwing?
Deathwing again. Yeah.
Hey, polar opposites, polar opposites.
Plaza now looking to make a move on those used hards of... Ooh, Plaza picks up another 3-second penalty. I saw that being awful shallow. Now, he only has to pull out 3 seconds. He has 6 seconds. Ardent has 3 seconds. He only has to pull out 3 seconds. And I think these mediums might be the right call here to the end of the race.
Yeah, I mean, just don't overspin them. Don't, go too much into the rough terrain, and you should be able to make them last for the rest of the race on good pace.
I was just going to say, when you're done, iRacing Noob down to P11 and then picks up a time penalty. Like
That
I
is over
said,
for him.
the mediums, the fresh mediums that are going to the end look to be in the best position here. That is unfortunate to see from these hard runners that took the gamble to stay out.
We do see
Ardent Prentice
last place
now way out.
Alpine trying to make moves. He does not want to be in last place for long. On soft
You see-
tires.
Lyrical is pushing for the podium right now in the Haas on Ardent Prentice. These old hards just are not what he wants to be on to the end of this Grand Prix for sure. Prentice, our pole position runner, about to drop down to P4, I believe.
Those laps on those hard tires have cooked him. He has to pit, honestly, or I don't know. This is a
I
tough
think
spot for him.
it's too late of a call to pit as he does pull away from the Haas through sector 1 there. It looks like he found some pace. But yeah, I think it's too late to make a pit. The field is too bundled together. It's too late in the race to make up moves. If you're on the strategy, you either need a miracle safety car or just hold it out to the end. There's no other option now.
We almost see a collision between the Williams and Pa Neffer. I guess back markers, but the back of the pack. We almost see a collision. No collision happened, so good to see that.
Now, I mentioned that Plaza needs to stay 3 seconds ahead of Ardent Prentice. The gap now 2.5. These top two on the fresh mediums are blitzing away from the field now. You can see the visual gap there as Plaza sets a fastest lap, possibly looking to have a move on Deathwing this lap. Yeah, no, I don't think Prentice is at risk of losing the podium here, I would say. I think the win is off the books unless there's another safety car. And even then, if there is another safety car, Deathwing and Plaza stay out, Prentice pits for softs, and ends up P5, is not going to have enough time, as we see Faz another 3-second penalty. Taking a look down the penalties, Race 6 seconds, Shard Attack 9 seconds, NASCAR Boy 3 seconds. Reminder, NASCAR Boy was P1, currently P7. Unfortunate timing on safety cars for him. iRacing Noob back into the points, but with a 3-second time penalty as we see Raise another 3 seconds. Ahead, we see Plaza getting through Deathwing at the end of the straight. Plaza on a 6-second time penalty, Deathwing on none. Deathwing looking to keep it clean and have an easy win in the books, I would say. Is our money on Plaza or Deathwing here? He does have 7 laps to pull the gap out, and Plaza seems to have a shit ton of pace and just had an unfortunate quality timing.
I may have put my bets in too early. Oh, man.
Yeah, you can really never do that with a league race, that's for sure. Deathwing hanging on to the back of him now. He lost a lot of pace to him at first, but now seems to have found it back. Maybe he got shocked by that understeer through the third sector. See out back the McLaren's switching around position. NASCAR Boy getting through his teammate on more time penalties. NASCAR Boy showing more pace than his teammate as well this weekend. Can we focus on Shawarma? It says Jesus. No, he is P8 and hardly hanging on to DRS. I would say that is not the most entertaining bit.
Well,
As
what
Baja
does
says, no
make
more gambling.
his race entertaining is the fact that the
He's on
drivers
no
ahead of
time
him have penalties. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he will definitely have a good finishing order nonetheless, but he's not making physical moves as Plaza loses out the position to Deathwing before the braking zone. Missed it as we were watching Shawarma there. Hashtag never cutting back to Shawarma now.
Yeah, Shawarma, I mean, with that move, no, yes, whatever that is, he may make his way up to P5, even staying where he is based off of time penalties if, you know, most of the people in front of him stay within each other.
Yeah, no, the McLaren not really wanting to fight this super hard as Brobo Savage picks up his first time penalty behind the Red Bull of Shawarma. Shawarma finally getting through the McLaren. McLaren right on him, and it looks like Shawarma might have lost out on DRS of the car ahead. Like I said, they're not going to want to fight that super hard, and now it's going to penalize them. Jules, 3-second time penalty. 3 drivers now without time penalties. Your race leader, Shawarma, and Toxin, all without time penalties. Well done for them for keeping it clean out there.
I think, you know, as long as Deathwing can keep it together now, he should take this win. 6 seconds and 3 seconds, then 9 seconds of penalties behind him. Just
Yeah.
keep it under control.
I
and bring
think
it home.
Ardent Prentice now finding some more pace. That was a 3-second gap, now down to 2.7. Never cutting to him again, cuts to him. Well, he did have an okay move there. I will give him that one. But yeah, no, I'm gonna jinx him. Yeah, you're right, Baha. I'm gonna jinx him. Too interesting up front right now, especially with all these time penalties. It's crazy work. Actually, it does look like Shawarma might be making a move on the other McLaren as Lyrical picks up another 3-second penalty. Actually, Ray's got back through Shawarma somehow. Not sure how he lost that. As I missed Plaza going past Deathwing through the braking zone. This is why we don't cut to Shawarma.
Damn.
Shawarma gets through the McLaren while I'm looking at the front too. Shawarma in a penalty sandwich right now, looking good for him to get some big points. He needs to close the gap to the car ahead though, as it is nearly 3 seconds.
Yep. At this point in time, he could springboard all the way up to P4 very
Yep.
safely. Not even, you know.
Honestly,
much
the
danger.
McLaren has to let him go. The McLaren has to let him go as the McLaren loses out position of the car behind somehow. Not sure what happened there. McLaren certainly letting go the fight with Shawarma now as he's fighting with a different car. Yeah, I don't think Plaza has this win in the bag with those
Easy
time
contact
penalties.
through turn 1 between the Alpine and the Bro Savage V-Carb car.
Haha saying, come on, Shawarma, for a podium. I don't think Shawarma has a podium contention here, honestly. Looking at the time penalties, it's too much.
It is too much. He's missing over 2 seconds, I think, of time between him and Ardent Prentice to
I'm
sneak
switching
into
to
P3.
leader gap. So he is 8.5 off of leader. Yeah, that is certainly not enough to squeeze in the podium for free there as Deathwing goes by Plaza again. Ardent Prentice staying within the 3 seconds that he needs to Plaza as well. He's keeping a very close eye on his timing to him, not to burn out his worn hards and to keep going. Honestly, if
only
I'm
have,
Plaza, I'm wanting to hang behind Deathwing here.
Yeah, stay within the DRS zone. Try and get those 3 seconds gap between him and Ardent Prentice back. That's his key to success at the moment. Best he can do, really.
Race gets another 3 seconds. Baja predicting Ardent to get another 3 seconds before the end of the race. Yeah, the front two definitely need a DRS train out of here if Plaza wants to keep on to P2.
Yeah, that's some
Or like
crazy
Baja
hate towards
said.
Prentice, though, to hear.
or Prayam Princess getting another time penalty. I do not know though if Deathwing has the pace over Apprentice, because we see as Deathwing leads, Ardent Princess closing in. As Plaza leads, they pull away. I'm not sure which you'd want here. Deathwing's gonna want the for sure win without the time penalty, having the position, an honorable win, where Plaza is gonna want the reverse, an unhonorable win by position with the time penalties, but to pull away from Ardent Princess.
Yep, and you know, thinking back through my memory bank, as unreliable as it might be, before Christmas, before the holidays, Deathwing was an unsigned driver. He was in D2, winning a D2 race.
And here he is leading a D1.
You love to see
Very
it.
impressive stuff from him. Yeah, Plaza too far back over that Mercedes top speed. I will definitely confirm here, Deathwing is running some crazy low wings. There's no way he isn't.
He has to be. I mean, this much top
We
speed.
see a big kerfuffle at the back here. iRacing Noob P7 currently ahead of the Haas. Oh wait, no. I think I'm looking at the
dive bomb
position.
that I just witnessed from Lyrical to sneak into 5th place. Not that
Yeah, I
that
saw that
physical
one too.
position means much though, as he has 6 seconds more of time penalty to serve than NASCAR Boy.
Yep, iRacing Noob fighting Shawarma now for position. iRacing Noob with a penalty, Shawarma without. Shawarma certainly on 2 warnings. There's no way he is not. As iRacing Noob squeezes through and looks to gain another position starting P20. Looks behind. No, Robo Savage is going to be too far back. Plaza still hanging on to the back of Deathwing.
Yeah, I mean that's his best hope. He's losing pace to Ardent Prentice. It looks like Ardent Prentice could sneak that 2nd place.
A big contact between the Haas and McLaren going through the S's. They are really going at it as NASCAR Boy picks up another 3-second penalty, battling the Haas through the S's. Very, very dangerous stuff. Miracle neither of them spun there.
That was
As we see McLaren off, races off the track through the S's. As all that went down between the McLarens, the time penalty and the ones spinning right before that happened, Baja said manifesting a NASCAR Boy spin. So pretty interesting that he says that, and then NASCAR Boy gets a time penalty and his teammate spins through the S's.
we have some voodoo going on here.
Definitely. iRacing Noob P7, 3.5 off of the car head. Not looking good for a race win from him with 3 laps to go.
Ardent Prentice is
Lyrical on the back again.
pretty quickly catching up to Plaza.
This McLaren and Haas are about to kill each other when they get out of these cars. They are going crazy hard with each other. Lyrical up to 12 seconds over NASCAR Boy's 6-second penalty. These guys are racing with their hearts on the line.
And really for no reason. Lyrical, knowing he has 12 seconds of time penalty, what are you really hoping to gain this late in the race?
Honor, dignity, respect.
Not if you crash.
Anything that a race car driver wants.
Not if you
Keith
crash.
has 3 seconds. Keith has now the highest penalty holder with 15 seconds. Ardent Princess closing in on the top 3 and the DRS of the top 2 right now. This is the first time in a while we have seen him come back into play as these mediums have worn out. This will be crucial for Plaza as he will lose out to P2 and possibly Ardent Princess will get through him.
I just remembered Ardent Prentice still on those hard tires. They are
Yes,
now done
yes, he is.
22 laps.
Yep. And I think this might leave Shard Attack has more time penalties than Plaza. Had Shard Attack kept it clean, we might have seen a podium from the debut reserve Red Bull here.
Yep. With the legendary name. Ooh, Ardent Prentice going
Oof.
a little long.
I think that might have been a warning for him there as we see Lyrical and the McLaren going at it again. These guys cannot let off and iRacing Noob behind. iRacing Noob was 3 seconds off of these guys, now into the DRS, looking up to pick 2 positions off them. He will irregardless based off the time penalties, but he could see himself P4 based off all the time penalties of the cars ahead. So he will want to get through and keep chasing down the time from the cars ahead. Certainly possible driver of the day along with Plaza. Who do you have as your driver of the day?
Oh. Where did Deathwing finish in qualifying? Because I think he was kind of up there, was he not?
Checking. Deathwing is up 7 positions. Plaza up 15. iRacing up 12.
Plaza up 15, I think, is by default. I mean, to finish what will be most likely a podium.
But he
Yes.
will drop 1 position with his time penalty.
Yep, podium though, from that far back in the field. I mean,
That is mighty impressive.
'cause if not, my next vote would maybe be for Deathwing because he is then. The
Looks
race
like Ardent
winner.
Prentice is making a move on Plaza now. Looks clean through the braking zone. iRacing Noob, another time penalty. This is not what he wants to see to have at the end of the race. Jesus telling us that Shard Attack's name is Logan, and Baja saying not going to end good for that boy. I think we're going to stick with Shard Attack. We did a breakdown of the Red Bull lineup. We had the team leader, Jesus, with his drivers, Shawarma and Shard Attack. I think that rings better as Ardent Prentice sticks his tires out to stay ahead. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I want to give iRacing Noob driver of the day. He's had a very good drive. He isn't showing to be as consistent, though, as he does have more penalties. He will lose out to Shawarma behind, but physical track position, he is doing very well. Honestly, I think I might agree with Plaza driver of the day, but I also want to give it to Deathwing, kind of.
It's a 50-50 call, in my opinion.
It's a 50-50-50 in my opinion.
Well, who was it? iRacing Noob is not really a racer anymore. So can you
He's
really give it to him?
P6. P20 to P6, I would definitely give it to him.
I don't know if he's
Yeah,
retiring.
he has the time penalties and will drop though.
If he's retiring, I feel like that you know.
Actually, we missed it. The drivers have crossed the line. This is why we're seeing some shakeups in the positions. Deathwing, winner of the race. Ardent Prentice P2, Plaza P3, Shawarma P4, up 7 positions with all those time penalties that everyone else got. One of the few drivers to keep it clean out there. Shard Attack, his teammate P5, iRacing Noob P6, up 13 positions. NASCAR Boy, once a race leader, P7. This is a weird ship down. We have a lot of drivers paying off big and a lot losing out very big. DG, honorable mention as well. He had a very unfortunate race too. So we see our podium finishers. Deathwing top step today as Ardent Princess couldn't hold out for P1 with the time penalties and position on track. And we round off with Plaza on an incredible drive. I think I give my final driver of the day vote, the official stamp, to Plaza. You are right in saying he started so far back and is on the podium now. So definitely impressive from him. A good drive from both Deathwing, Plaza, and iRacing Noob. Like I said, for me, it's a 50-50-50 split, but officially it goes to Plaza. As we see driver of the day, the game giving to iRacing Noob. Interesting choice there from the game. That's pretty ironic there. Rays with the fastest lap through the race as well. That's interesting. I didn't
Yep.
know that.
You'll have to see the Discord blow up with people
Oh Lord.
immediately coming in and complaining.
I
about
don't
incidents.
think there will be as many incidents as the last time around, but I don't know.
134 messages.
Oh boy. Let's go ahead and take a look. If you want to send out some interview requests with people, I think we should be able to get Deathwing. We got him last time.
Yep.
Ardent Princess will probably be willing.
Let's see here. So let me just add. Deathwing.
Shawarma with a good drive too.
Oh shoot. At Deathwing.
Jules saying the kicks were shit as well, and Plaza saying bit of a pattern there.
Oof. That's very harsh. Okay, Deathwing is already waiting for us in the interview room.
The good man.
He
He
knew.
was ready with that. Good man there. We did interview him post race last time. Deathwing saying that the penalties did save his ass. Are you ready to have him in?
Yep, I'm ready with the notes.
Okay. Deathwing, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Very well done from you there. So How many track limit warnings did you have?
1.
Wow, beautiful stuff. We were talking before the race about how critical this will be. I hosted a COTA race yesterday with a lot of these drivers in it. You were one of them. You saw the penalties being handed out. I believe we had 4 last time without penalties, and this time I think there was 2 or 3. You being one of them to win the race. Congratulations.
Had I have not done the race last night, I probably would have got more pens, but because I did, I learned where the limits were.
Yep, for sure. So you're saying that last night's race certainly a factor in tonight's win.
Oh, most definitely. I
Very
got
well
six.
done.
I got 6 seconds of penalties last night, and I learned where
That's
I was
right.
getting them mistakes and just cleaned it up.
So you had the insight of last night, and you started today on the sauce we saw. Where was your head at with that? So you immediately knew that you were giving it a 2-stop.
Uh, I had a very strange feeling that there was going to be an early safety car, and it just hit perfectly.
Yeah,
It
for
allowed me.
sure.
I got 2 or 3 on the start, and it allowed me to keep pace with the front runners.
Uh-huh.
And then when the
Yeah.
safety car came out, it was mediums to the end.
So we saw you make a late lunge into the pits. Were you watching Ardent Prentice behind to see what they were moving for? Or did you
Uh,
know that you were pitting? Either way.
was this the first safety car or second?
Second safety car.
Second safety car. With them only being, I think it was 11 laps left, I wanted to be on fresh rubber.
Okay, yeah, because it did look like you were eyeing Ardent Prentice behind to see if he was going in or not, as Ardent Prentice did do a dummy into the pits and you made a late lunge. So I was interested for you if you were planning on doing the opposite of him or pitting irregardless. Our opinion was pit irregardless.
Well, a little bit of both. I knew his tires would have been damaged by the end of the race quite
Yep.
severely. So I figured fresh rubber, it would give me the best fighting chance. And with everybody having pens around me, I figured if I kept it clean, fresh rubber, I'd stand a decent chance at first.
Yeah, certainly you did winning the race. We did see the mediums kind of fall out of play and back towards the hards there at the end as Ardent Prentice did catch back up, but he did have the penalties that made it wasteful. So got him for getting back to the pace, but it did not matter for him today. Congratulations, Deathwing. You did amazing. You kept it consistent. We talked to iRacing Noob before, who said that consistency was key, as you did see him win it last night. A surprise victory from him, and a surprise victory from you. P8 to P1, both
But
good COTA races from the two of you. Well done.
thank you very much.
Final words.
Yeah, I hope I get some more.
Absolutely. Fridge, you got anything for him?
Nah, man. You did amazing. I mean, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was fun getting Arden into T1 after the safety car. I left him just enough room to overtake him, but I had to DRS it all the way around just to nip in front of him.
Yeah, no, it was definitely close between the 3 front runners at the end. Well done, though. We hope to see you up on the podium again this season.
Yeah, appreciate it, lads. Thank you.
Yep, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, we'll go ahead and get P2 in next and go chronological here. Ardent Prentice, you there, mate?
I am.
He is. 6 seconds of time penalties. Unfortunate. What happened with those?
I only got 3. Plaza got 6.
Oh, that's right.
Uh,
Plaza was on 6, yeah.
But still, yeah, I was well as I said before the race, I was just trying to keep it clean, and for the most part, I did pretty good. It was just as you're kind of trading positions and you're following drivers behind to get stuff with dirty air,
Yeah.
and so most of the cuts came when I was just following drivers, and it happens. But I think I still kept it pretty good for the most part. But the driver that kept it cleanest the most was Deathwing, and he won. He totally deserves it. His pace was
Absolutely.
super good today, and he kept it clean, so he got the win.
He did indeed. Yeah, unfortunate for you. So I want to talk to you real quick about qualifying there. Did you see the race was coming and hurry out of the pits and hurry on that out lap, or was that just pure luck?
No, I did. So we booted into the lobby.
Awesome.
I went to go load my setup and I saw rain was coming and I was like, I was on the chat with my teammate this weekend and I told him, I'm like, dude, get out, like go as fast as you can because the rain's coming. So thankfully I had my setup saved so I could just load it and go. And
Yep.
then I was just booking it, trying to get around the lap as fast.
You
as I
were by a good margin, probably 20 or 30 seconds ahead of the second lap time to be set. So
Yeah.
definitely paid off big for you with a
Yeah.
hardy pole position of half a second. Fortunately, you couldn't hang on to it, but it was indeed a good lap. Did you feel the rain already on that first lap, or do you feel like it wasn't taking effect quite yet?
Oh no, it was. It definitely was. Like
Really?
even throughout the outlap, halfway through the outlap, you could see the raindrops.
Uh-huh.
And to be fair, like feeling wise, the lap felt decent.
Yeah.
So actually, like, yeah, to correct myself, the feeling was good, but when I saw the lap time and I saw how much slower I was going compared to like what I've done before, you could tell that
Okay.
there was quite a bit of difference. But in terms of the field was actually still decent that first lap. It didn't feel like the
Yeah.
rain was affecting it too much. It's just when I saw the lap time at the end, that was really the big thing.
Yeah, it definitely played a role in everyone's first lap. Some people missing out on that first lap opportunity and paying for it. But we did see, I did notice a raindrop, and I thought it might have just been like a wind or a bug or something, as you see that sometimes. And then Fridge here says, does it look like it's drizzling? I say, I was thinking that, but I didn't think so because we can't see the weather report. So we only see what you could see on track. So it was definitely interesting for us watching that go down.
Right. And
But
then
yeah.
for the race, so when you look at the weather report for the race, it was saying the same thing for the race as well, that it would start
Yeah,
dry,
we did get word of that.
go wet, and then become dry again in half an hour. But then by the time we loaded up to the race lobby,
That was
it was
completely clear
completely
skies.
dry. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was good to see that. Still some big strategy calls with those safety cars, but you managed it well with a solid P2. You can't be mad at that. You were right on Deathwing as well at the end. The hard tires coming back at the end. Any words on how those hard tires stint went?
yeah, so when the safety car came out, there was about 12 or so laps left, and I was pretty confident I would stay out. Um, Purely because when I did my practice early on, it seemed like from my experience after about 5 6 laps, the mediums would drop off to the same pace and then
Yeah.
continue to degrade.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the hards were like a very solid race tire. So that's why
Yeah.
when and they last for a long time. So that's when the first safety car came out, I was more than happy to jump on the hards.
Yeah.
And then when that last safety car came out, I was like, I'm staying out. And realistically, like my mindset was at that point, I already had that penalty. So realistically, if I came in and followed everyone else, I would have still been second.
Yeah, probably.
Meanwhile, this way it gave me a chance to do something different, and then hopefully come back at the end of the race. It was just a little too late, but
Yeah, you definitely got to play a little bit of a gamble strategy call with that 3 second penalty and all that stuff going down. Still an honorable finish P2. I was going to ask, was that a dummy end of the pits that you were trying to throw Deathwing on that last safety car, or is that just you undecisive?
oh no, that was a total dummy.
Okay, that's what it looks like for
Yeah.
us, and it looks like that he might have been paying attention to that. We talked to him and asked him about it. He said it was about 50-50, whether he was paying attention to you going in and him already deciding to go in. So definitely a little bit of a good move, a good strategy move. It for sure confirmed him going in, but I think either way he was probably going to go in as it was the better call in mine and Fridge's opinion either way.
Yep,
But
agreed.
good
But yeah,
stuff.
I didn't have any doubt of any of the pits, so it was all just trying to throw dummies and play a bit of mind games. But I gotta say the racing was awesome today. At least at the front. I know
Yeah,
there's
we're
lots of
getting a
talks
lot of
right now.
word that back in there it's not good,
Yeah.
but up front you guys had some really good stuff going on. It was pretty tense between the McLaren and Haas, I can clarify for you, but it was exciting all around. You guys up front did a really good job. So, yeah, good job with that. Fridge, anything for our second place finisher here today?
Nah, I mean, I swear, it's every interview. You do such a good job of covering questions. I just have nothing but support for you guys. I'm proud to see you guys do well. I'm happy to see you guys make moves in leagues. So I'm just a big supporter of everybody who has success. So awesome race today for you, man. If you don't get signed, I'll send you to a league where they will sign you because this is ridiculous.
Yep. I was
Thank
gonna
you.
touch
I
base on
appreciate
that.
it.
I misspoke. Haas did already sign Lyrical to the open position, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 Alpine positions open, as there was 2 Alpine reserves, I believe. And if you look at the lineup, they had big X's. They're already talking about swapping out some dirtier drivers for some cleaner ones. So I would certainly expect a driver announcement for Apprentice before next weekend.
Yeah, I would surely hope so. I made it clear in the chat too that, after 2 weekends, I'm feeling good. I'm making it official. I'm open to offers, so
Yep,
I'll take any seat. But appreciate it,
definitely.
you guys.
Yep. Tell him
Yep.
30 mil
Have a
or
good night.
nothing.
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. See you, man.
See ya,
Awesome.
man.
Have a good night, guys.
Okay, and we will keep going chronological with our P3 finisher, Plaza. Plaza, are you there, man?
Hello, hello.
Hello. Great stuff for you. So we just want to cover real quick. And qualifying, you and your teammate both missed out on getting a good lap time with the end of qualifying being almost entirely wet. Talk us through that real quick.
Yeah, so coming onto my first lap right when it was just starting to rain, we were all trying to get it through and just set a lap because we knew timings were just
Yeah.
going to get worse. Unfortunately, a Sauber in front of me, I don't know if he had a mistake or he's had some issues with his lap, but I got a little bit held up by him and had some dirty air in the penultimate corner, just lost her. So
Yeah.
I wasn't able to set that lap, and by the time I got back around, it was too wet to really get a decent time in.
Yeah, no, we saw that going down with you and your teammate. We were paying close attention to the guys that hadn't set time. So if you watch it back, you will see quite a lot of screen time for you and your teammate, including the end. 14, wait, was it 14? I think it was, no, because you dropped one. 13 positions gained for P3, the final podium slot. Well done on that drive. What was it that got you there? The strategy, the consistency, or just dumb luck?
Uh, a bit of everything, right? Like you can never predict what's going to happen. When we were waiting for the race to start, I was setting my strategy, and originally I planned a one stop, but the someone started the race early, so I had accidentally started on softs, which meant I
Oh,
would have to do a two stop. But with the way the safety cars were timed, it actually worked out really well.
yes, it did.
Especially near the end there, where I don't even necessarily know how I ended up in like fourth or third before that last safety car, but thanks to
Uh-huh.
that, I could pit on the fresh mediums and keep that position.
Yeah, so it looks like the soft would have been the tire to be on, as you and Deathwing were both on the soft tire to start and went to mediums and then another set of mediums. So definitely playing really well into you guys starting on the softs. Very well done there. 6 seconds of time penalties. Did you feel confident in a P2, or did you feel that once you got that, it was gone to Ardent Apprentice behind?
Yeah, so on lap one, I had a little bit of contact coming out of turn one into the S's, and it gave me some floor damage. So I was a little
Oh,
bit
no.
slidey in certain parts of the track, which was the result of at least that first penalty. The third one was just, or the second one was just me pushing too hard,
Okay.
because I was desperate for that podium.
Yeah.
Once it got to a certain point with the tires near the end there, and I think Ardent, once he was like comfortably within 2.1 seconds, it was more just about finishing the race than
Yeah.
trying to hold out to him, especially right at the end when he passed me. You don't really want to over defend and end up with something happening. And
Yep,
yeah,
that's exactly what went down with the McLaren and Haas in the midfield, both around like 9 and 15 seconds where the penalties fighting for their lives. It was entertaining but useless. So good on you for keeping your head in the right place with that and just taking what you can, and which is a very good finish. Like me and Fridge said, you earned our driver of the day vote. It was very hard for me to give one out. I said it was a 50-50-50 split between you, Deathwing, and iRacing. But in the end, if I had to give the official stamp, I would give it to you as well as Fridge. Very well
I
done.
appreciate that, boys.
Fridge, anything for your driver of the day?
Nah, man. I mean, you did insane. You did amazing. And, um, so who was it? Deathwing. He said he had purposefully started on the softs. He just had some premonition about safety cars. Admittedly, luckily stumbling upon it and it paid off. So hey, two different approaches, I guess, into strategy.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not going to complain about that.
Nope.
Yeah, very well done from you. Hopefully, we'll see you at the top step again. How confident do you feel in getting some more podiums here?
uh, I'm not unconfident. I know there's some tracks in the calendar that I'm a bit better at than Austin. I'm actually not super confident around this track typically, so
Okay.
very excited to get this. But yeah, I'd love if I could get back on the podium, especially since joining Aston Martin 2 or 3 races into the season, a little bit low in the constructors. I'd love to push us up a bit more.
Yeah, certainly a good boost for them. It was Ardent Prentice last race, giving Aston a good boost with their first win this season. You're continuing it with the second podium, so it will be good to see Aston jolting through the constructors there with the strong drivers supporting them. Great job tonight, and we hope to see you out there some more.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.
You
Yep.
too. As we will check in, we have Shawarma and iRacing Noob. It looks like iRacing might be showing some clips here. Just gonna disconnect Plaza. Sorry, mate. We need to get the next one in. Shawarma. Hopefully we didn't interrupt a little bit of a bro sesh with you and iRacing Noob. What was going on?
What do you mean, what's going on?
What's going on, man? How was a good race for you? You finished P4, correct? No penalties. Yeah, one of the few drivers out there without penalties. Did you rack up any track limits? Was it close at the end?
At the end, it was hella chill. I had the 3 people ahead of me in the DRS train. They were killing each other. I literally had
They
to do
were.
nothing.
Yeah,
It was just
no,
at the
for sure.
start when everybody was gambled up and there was so many people using full assists, so slow, all like a bunch of physical objects just in my way the whole time. That's that's when I got the most warnings. But ever since I got past those guys, it was smooth and just pretty clean.
That's good to hear from you. I think it was a P4, P5 finish for Red Bull,
Yeah.
so it's a very good result for you guys. A good boost in the constructors that will hold you guys out at P3 and give you guys a good jolt towards Haas and Racing Bulls ahead. So very good for the constructors. Do you feel like you might have had some pace for a podium, or do you feel like
Um,
P4 might be the best?
P2, P3, that was literally gonna happen. It was just before the first safety car. There was
Uh-huh.
a guy that was moving like, as I said, a freaking physical brick. After the S's, he moves to the left. I'm thinking, okay, so slow, literally going 5 miles an hour. Let me just go to the right and pass him. It's a left-hander. I go to the right. This guy turns to the right as well.
Oh no.
And then basically what he did is he like caused me to like hit his rear and he was slowly spinning and that broke my front wing. So I
Oh
had to
boy.
change my front wing. If I didn't have to change my front wing, definitely I could have gotten P3 at least.
Jeez, yeah, I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of tickets going out with
Yeah.
FIA decisions. So we already have a quality ban for one driver for that accidental early race start. Really frustrating for the drivers to see that. But we appreciate the words from hopefully we'll see you up on the podium at some point.
Just the last thing in
Yep.
qualifying, the reason I started so late, I hadn't I didn't have my setup ready.
Oh no.
I was expecting full quality and all that stuff. So
Oh
I,
no.
so you know how it is, not having your setup ready, rain is already starting. I just came
Yeah.
up too late. So yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to hear. I was a bit disappointed to hear that we weren't going to do a full quality. I understand why, but I mean, it's only 10 minutes later. I feel like we could have squeezed it out.
Yeah, same.
But thank you for that. We appreciate having you here.
Yep. Thanks.
See you, man. Which do you want next? Do you want Logert or our other possible driver of the day, iRacing Noob?
Whichever.
I'm gonna go with iRacing Noob.
Yeah. Oh.
iRacing. Sorry to cut you off mid-sentence there.
Yep, no worries, no worries.
What happened? P20 to P1, we didn't see it. I'm
Uh,
disappointed.
I heard it from Shorma as well. People on full assist driving very slowly.
Really?
I
Okay.
also got blocked by the V-car a couple of times, illegal blocking, but I don't think I'm gonna report anything. I might, but
Really?
he apologized for it, so
We're
we move
hearing a
on.
lot
It's good
going
to
out
voice
already. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
You do just have to move on sometimes.
Yeah.
We saw you showing some clips to the other drivers in the other room. Anything that you want to share with the audience to reason a undelightful non-podium finish?
Sure.
I mean,
Do you
just
want...
absolutely a shit race from you. What was it, P7 at the end?
Holy hate.
I mean, just like everyone's disappointed. They're questioning whether you should have retired mid-race. with your
Hey.
retirement announcement. So
Well, the difference is last time I started P6 yesterday. Today I started P20. You gotta
yeah,
say
but
this is
you
a pretty
you,
decent
you dropped
recovery.
down from P6 to P12 on opening lap.
You know what? You're right. Well,
Yeah.
still, that's not P20. That's not P20. That's
No,
not
it was a
P20.
good drive. You won the. You were in the 50-50-50 split for me for driver of the day, inevitably giving it to Plaza along with Fridge. So, but you were a very real contender to give that badge to. I think had you not gotten the time penalties at the end, I might have given it to you. I can't lie.
Yeah, I was just pushing a little bit hard on that final lap, trying to get past them and do all that because Shorma was just driving. Or not Shorma. Sorry. I forgot who it was. They were driving very sketchy in front, and I was just trying to get past as fast as possible.
I think you might be referring to the Haas and McLaren ahead of you.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're
That would
right.
be Lyrical and who was the McLaren? NASCAR Boy. Lyrical and
Yep.
NASCAR Boy were the two ahead of you there. Both on some pretty big time penalties. We said that that would be a factor tonight, and it certainly was. I'm sure we're not even done with them until the FIA decisions come out. So
Yeah.
that will be interesting to see. Where was your head at with all of the safety cars there? Were you hopeful of having a repeat of last night, or do you feel like it was still a very good finish there?
I mean, I tried pulling the same exact strategy.
Yeah.
You might have noticed, but safety cars just didn't go my way this time. I was hoping for maybe a safety car around lap 24, 23. I could
Uh-huh.
put on some softs, go for fastest lap maybe, and yeah, during that split, I was wondering if I should have went for the softs either way and just gone for fastest lap because I kind of wanted that 1 point anyways. But at the same time, I noticed that, or I remembered that the mediums they drop off really quickly on this track, so there wasn't really any point in doing that, and
Yeah,
just
I
staying
think
on mediums it would have worked out.
Yeah, I think you were the official longest stint runner on the mediums. I can't confirm it, but I believe so with 13 laps on the mediums in your first stint.
Yeah.
That what was your tire percent there? Because we saw the lap before, you didn't lose out too much time, but that following lap, laps 12 to 13, you lost almost 2 seconds to the car ahead. What was the tire wear on those mediums at the end?
To be honest, I don't really remember, but the one thing I can tell you is that my icon wasn't on, and my tire wear on this setup that I have is actually pretty good. So it's the same
Huh.
setup I ran as DLR.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear
Um,
that wasn't too bad.
yep. Do you guys want to see the clip I was talking about? I
Yeah,
just have to
sure.
look
Go
for it
ahead
for
and
like
pull it up
10
and then we
years.
can share it.
Yep. This is just the one slight incident I was talking about
Yeah,
that
just give
didn't
us a
have any
second.
contact, but lost me or almost lost me a position to the Ferrari.
Okay, I am ready when you are.
All right. Um, I won't say anything for now, and then if you want, we can go back and look at it again.
So this was in the closing stages. Okay.
Yep.
Oof, deep lunge. You know, get quite a bit of over understeer there.
But you have to look at the problem. Look at his car.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see the
That
problem
looks
there. That's
pretty
some
bad.
pretty clear moving under braking there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, had you
he
not
was
had to twist
driving.
it inwards more. Yeah.
He was driving a little bit dirty the entire race, but like at the same time, I got past him. Didn't get damage until like literally the final lap.
Okay.
So
Well, we
yeah.
can confirm you for you. Bro Savage was at 1 point P3 and then pit for intermediate tires.
Oh, oh wow.
So he fat fingered or something and was put himself on inters and then had to pit again the following lap to get some proper tires on. So we can confirm he might have been a bit enraged that race and driving not so clear as he usually would.
Jeez, yeah, that makes sense. That'd make a lot more sense.
Yeah, so I would definitely say that you could 100% report that and he could get at least a penalty point on his license, if not another time penalty. But are you going to kick the man while he's down?
Probably not. You know, I had a couple of bad races earlier. I know how it feels to have a bad race at this point. So
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna let the people be happy, especially with how angry some people are now. I heard how
Yeah.
Shorma was talking in the interview chat, so he definitely wasn't that very happy.
Yeah. pit, we did not get the impression that the back to midfielders were too happy with one another this race. Whereas the top field, if you watch back the live stream at some point, you'll see quite a bit of pretty good action going on throughout the entirety of the race at the top field. It's very nice from all of them to see. But good to hear some good sportsmanship. You're not going to kick the man while he's down, though that could easily be a penalty for something there. It would definitely be moving on to braking, but I don't know what they would give him for that.
Yeah, not sure.
Bridge, the iRacing hater, did not think that you would win tonight. Any last comments for him?
No.
Great.
Sorry, I've been fixated on just watching. It's distracting me. I have no
Oh.
attention span. But yeah, I mean, didn't quite pull off the last to first, but honorable attempt.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe next race if I do show up, maybe.
Yeah, he says that he's done for, and he says maybe next race he will do it. Heard it here first.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that one, iRacing. It was indeed a good attempt out of you for that one. You will still hold on to P3, I believe, with that finish. The next car behind you was Biggie, and I don't think he was even in this race. So I think in the standings you will hold out.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that points I got from P20, honestly.
Yeah, no, very, very good from you. Well, have a good night, man, and we will see you next time we race here.
Yep, you too. See you.
See ya. I caught him in the line there, Fridge. He said yes after I said we will see him next time. We got him.
He's coming back.
iRacing confirmed coming out of retirement. He retired between the poop session that he had and qualifyings, apparently, because that's about the length of his retirement in this league.
I mean, even Fernando Alonso had a bigger stint retired than he did.
Yeah, no, he certainly did. Well, I think that will wrap it up for tonight. Fridge, any final words to the drivers?
I just hope it is cleaner racing through the middle of the field. We didn't see too much of it. I guess
Yeah.
it happened to be whenever we were looking away, but you know, they're already in
Typically when it
talks.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems to be that they're already in talks of corrective measures for that moving forward. So it'd be nice to see
Yeah.
that.
It'll be interesting what they pick to take care of that. I will definitely really want to see Ardent Princess getting a permanent seat there. He well deserves it. He can definitely compete. I don't think for this championship. I think he's too late to the game, but certainly for another one. But I'm not entirely sure yet.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know what happens.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. iRacing Noob pretty mad that I got him in that lie, as you can see in the main chat. Pretty mad that I got him with that one.
Hey,
So,
it's a
yeah,
chess
but
game out here.
it is indeed a chess game. You got to play to these drivers' weaknesses, and we got them, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, I think that will wrap it up. This has been H&N's Round Around Austin. Very well done from Deathwing, pulling out a win, starting P8, P2 for Ardent Prentice after starting on pole, and P3 for Plaza, gaining 13 positions. Amazing from the Aston Martin there. So we will see you guys next time and see who will be on the top step again. Maybe we will have another shocker. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget to check out the league.
Yep. All right, I'll just do my quick outro with this, and I'll be
Okay.
right back for a.
Yep.
All right, well, action-packed all day today. My brain is feeling fried, and yet I will be putting in some practice laps. I'm already prepping for my league race in a week. Yeah, just gotta have whatever free time, make use of it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope I haven't burnt you out from what is it, 3 streams today? I mean, there's been a lot of action. I know I'm pretty tired, but hey, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow actually for one more commentary race until I get a good break. So, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it.